radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. Perhaps the wildest Brewers game of the 2026 season ended around 1:20 a.m. Central Time last night. The Brewers and the Athletics in Las Vegas. 15-14, the final score. The Brewers beat the A's. It was Oakland's lead going into the ninth inning, 10-8. The Brewers scored 2 to tie the game at 10. That's crazy enough. Brewers scored 4 in the top of the 10th. The A's respond with back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the 10th inning to send the game further into extra innings. The Brewers ultimately prevail. The teams combine for 11 home runs in the Baby AAA Stadium in Las Vegas. How do you follow that up? We'll find out tonight. Brewers A's 9:05 first pitch late night. Hope you get a nap today. Pregame coverage starts at 8:30 here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Wilde and Tausch, Packers, minicamp practice going on this morning.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do here?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Tuesday edition. The full-fledged numbers of Christian Watson's contracts are in. Does anybody still think that the Packers overpaid? You think they don't know what they're doing? We'll discuss. Coming up, edition. The NBA Finals are now 2-1. We'll talk to Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike after the Spurs win in New York. And the president fell asleep like Jesse at a Packers game, edition. And the mandatory minicamp is here. I'll be heading down to Ray Nitschke Field, and we'll be hearing from Matt LaFleur while construction goes on in the background, edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the phenomenal ESPN Wisconsin app, which is A, free, B, customizable, and C, available to you in both the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And so is the Packers Hall of Famer. Jesse, did you stay up for the entirety of that Brewers game?
I did.
It's a baby park, huh?
It's a baby state. 11 homer. That was one of the wildest Brewers games I've seen in my life.
How deep is the fence there?
One of the home runs went 318 feet, I think I saw. So I don't know exactly what the dimensions of that part. It's the Las Vegas ballpark, which is the home of the AAA team.
Don't we kind of feel like every park should have the same dimensions?
No, it's part of the charm of baseball.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why? Why is that charming?
It's part of the charm because like Fenway Park has the Green Monster, Wrigley Field's got the baskets.
That's fine. Have the
Dodger
Green Monster, but it
more
should still be
traditional.
3:30 down the line, and it still should be 4:20.
It's fun when you got the little Crawford boxes in
It's
Houston
fun.
where you can
it's really
doinker
fun
out
when
of
you're giving up 11 home runs and it's Little League baseball.
I mean,
That's
well,
fun.
this is different.
How is it different?
Between the
playing 3 games there.
So Vegas is in elevation. Jeff Levering talked about that on the broadcast
and they
last
dehumidify
night.
the balls.
So they're in elevation.
Yeah,
so
they put the balls in a dehumidifier.
But it's like Colorado, where that that can be a factor when you get a ball in the air. It could take off a little bit.
I think Lambeau should go because we're a little more explosive. We should have a 120-yard field. That makes sense, right? Because it's the charm. Because it's charming.
They're hitting balls out like into the parking lot because the cars are parked
No, I
beyond
understand.
the right field.
It's
wall.
not charming.
so
It's idiotic.
fun. It was. I mean, the
No,
whole.
it's not charming.
They're building a new stadium
That's
for the
cute.
A's when they get there in
Yeah, that's
2028.
fine.
So this is a temporary thing. It's just
Put
to
a
build
temporary
excitement.
fence at 330 feet then.
But the whole thing is ridiculous.
My point. Yeah.
15 to 14.
You
12
can't.
innings.
You're playing baseball. Like, it shouldn't be. Now all these stadiums, everybody's getting a new stadium. Enough with these little kitschy. It's not kitschy. It's dumb. So no, I don't want my fence 240 feet. You're playing Little League baseball at Nakusa or Kellner, like we did back in the old days. That shouldn't be the case.
What about a Nashua?
Short porch out in right field for the Yankees. How many glorified stats have that been? No. Like last night was an abomination. No, baseball, that's what it was. It was an abomination. Was it entertaining? Yeah, but it was an abomination.
It was awesome. It was stupid awesome.
Yeah.
Contreras fell down, like butt on the ground, and he had a 3-run home run.
It's time to have a conversation, too. I don't know whose birthday's coming. I mean, my birthday's coming up, but birthdays are coming up. It's time to have a conversation about our shortstop in Milwaukee.
Oh, we want to have a real baseball conversation here.
We got young guys. It's time. Let's go. This ain't working. We on board?
Left side of the infield struggling. Yeah.
I would agree. But at short,
It's a
hey,
hole.
man, Ortiz, all right, but it's time. It's time.
He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I don't understand why you think it's charming to have a 310-foot.
Okay, so
that's
wait a
not
minute.
charming.
Let's wait. Okay, so this is a temporary situation. Are they the first team to actually play the Athletics in Vegas?
Yes. Well,
So
technically that's not true. The A's played a series there in like 1996 or something like that.
But since we knew they were moving there,
Yes.
this is the first time. This is obviously a temporary stadium scenario. This is not where they're going to be playing once they move there permanently. I don't know what the dimensions are of that ballpark. I think if we're speaking generally, they are roughly the same dimensions in most stadiums. I don't think they should all be cookie cutter and all look like Milwaukee County Stadium, which, by the way, I think was 315 down the lines.
Why is baseball different than the other sports? I just want.
Hockey has different size
No, they
rinks.
don't. Not in the NHL, they don't.
Right, but there are other realms where they do, right? And
Yeah,
this
Little
is
League
the
baseball,
base paths. The base paths are still the same distance, right? The pitcher's mound is still the same distance.
Yeah, all
Yeah, but
those things are
the
the
way
same.
you score runs isn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it'd be boring if every ballpark was designed exactly
hoops
the
is
same.
boring too. It's boring that every court's the same and that the hoops are the same
they
height.
get to change the colors on the court.
yeah.
I love court designs, and when
Nobody said you can't decorate the field up different. Put all the banners and signs you want out there.
they're not going to do a gold AstroTurf infield for the Las Vegas A's when they move there. That's preposterous.
Okay.
Kind of like that idea.
340 down the lines at the Las Vegas ballpark. 340 down the lines, 415 to dead center, 380 to the gaps.
Yeah, I think AmFam Field. We should. We're going to embrace this, right? I'm not, but you guys are. Let's embrace it. Let's put dragons out in the. They can jump out of the fence because we want to be entertained. Is that what you guys are talking
I
about?
always thought a moat would be cool.
I kind of think I'm. There's no warning track. There's just a bridge.
No, there is a warning track, but then a little moat, and then more warning track. Just watch out.
I'll hit it down Gator Alley. Got Gator, Florida. We got them Gators down there.
Jesse, can you give those dimensions again while we rage bait Tausch about the baseball stadiums.
And thanks to Ryan Wollersheim, the producer of Jim, Matt, and Molly in the afternoons. He sent this to us as we started the show here. So this is according to Ballpark Pal on Twitter. At the Las Vegas ballpark,
start in left field and go around. And I will, because what I want to do is I want to tell you what AmFam Field is in those same locations.
All right, left field, down the left field line, 340 to the pole, 340.
AmFam 342.
All right, about the same. To the left center gap, 380.
AmFam Field 371.
All right, 415 to dead center.
400.
380 to the right center gap.
374.
And 340 down the right field line.
337.
What's your point?
Is that there's actually aspects to the stadium that they played in last night that are the wall is farther away from home plate than at AmFam Field. I don't think it was the dimensions of the ballpark that were largely responsible for 11 home runs. Sounds to me like the elevation and the dehumidification of the balls and everything else was. I don't know. Abomination felt strong to me. That's all. I don't have a super strong opinion on this, but you clearly do. I thought a 15-14 game seemed like fun if I would have stayed up till 1 a.m. to watch the rest of it.
Down to their final strike, the Oakland A's, Jonah Heim, I think. Heim.
What team was that? What team was that?
The Las Vegas A's. Put a quarter in the jar. Dang it. Heim.
Why? They don't even have a home.
Yeah, they're just the
You
A's.
can call them whatever you want. You don't need no quarter and no jar.
The soon-to-be Las Vegas A's. Heim hits a pop-up. I'm watching it on TV. Levering says, down to their final strike, swinging a pop-up to right field. Contreras, bats his glove behind home plate like the game's over. Swinging a pop-up to right field. Frelick's under. Uh-oh, it's going back. He's at the warning track. Oh, my God, it's out of here, and we're tied. He thought the game was easily over, and the wind just takes his ball out. It was ridiculous.
Sounds like fun. Abomination felt strong to me, but we all get tomato. A lot of other things going on besides that barn burner in Las Vegas. The continued fallout from the Brendan Sorby ruling in the courts. That was an interesting story to follow yesterday. Obviously, the NBA Finals, Game 3, the Spurs win their first game. The series has started. It started a long time ago because the Knicks won 2 on the opposing home court, and Tausch loves that old saying from George Karl. And the Packers kick off their mandatory minicamp today, first practice of 3 scheduled practices. And the Christian Watson numbers are in on his contract as well. So a lot to get to. But first, we need to get to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Indeed. Shopping for new windows and doors should never include haggling. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors also sells them, installs them, and services them. Real pricing, premium quality, no game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
We'll get ready for Evan Cohen, who comes up at the bottom of the hour. It's Wilde and Tausch. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
ESPN Madison goes beyond the game. Join us for the Beyond the Game Coaches Panel on June 16th, featuring some of the most successful D1 college coaches in Wisconsin. Hear their unique stories, insights, and personalities during a moderated panel discussion followed by a live audience Q&A. Plus, admission is free. Join us Tuesday, June 16th at One Social Food Hall in Madison, starting at 6 p.m. Go to BeyondTheGameMadison.com for more information and to RSVP to this free event. That's BeyondTheGameMadison.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Vintage Brewing Company. Whether you're looking to get carry-out, delivery, or dine-in, Vintage Brewing has lots of great options on their menu. Vintage Brewing Company prides themselves on being a great place to hang out and enjoy classic Midwestern hospitality. Vintage Brewing Company has multiple award-winning beers, so be sure to try one the next time you're in. Head to vintagebrewingcompany.com to make a reservation today. That's vintagebrewingcompany.com.
This is our crew.
The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! He struck him out!
Every pitch, every strike, every hit.
To high drive! Deep right! Fair and gone!
Hear the call of every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Fly ball center field. Grisham back. It is gone!
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford-certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
It's the summer of suspense for Giannis and the Bucks.
So sometime over the next 6 or 7 weeks, we'll decide whether Giannis is going to sign a max contract and stay with us, or he's going to play somewhere else.
Follow along right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tausch rolls on. Tausch, normally, I welcome you to the program, ask you how you're doing, and then you always have something that you're hot on right away. Instead, kind of put you in a spot where the abomination of a baseball game ended up being the lead topic. What's on your mind today before we move forward?
What's on your mind?
Was it this baseball game?
What's on your mind today?
Christian Watson's contract numbers.
Let's go there.
So Rob Domofsky, as ESPN has access to that database, tweeted this out a little while ago. Somebody else had it this morning as well when I was talking to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But Rob has all the details. The signing bonus, as was reported, was $31 million. The actual extension, as Rob points out, is worth $92.5 million, with escalators that could bring it closer to the $110.5 million that was initially reported. So now you're talking 4 years, $92.5 million, if we're doing the math, old boy. His average per year of the new money is $23.135 million, which ranks him just inside the top 20 of wide receivers, according to Rob. There is no additional guaranteed money beyond that signing bonus. So we saw players get 60, 80, 100 million in guarantees. Christian Watson took 31. Mark Chmura's response this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy when I was on with him was, what is this agent doing? How is he allowing him to sign this contract? Should this change, Tausch? And by the way, the other part of this, in 2028, there is a $13 million roster bonus due in March, which would be either, hey, we love what Christian's done these last 2 seasons. We want him here. We're going to convert that to a signing bonus and spread the charge out over the next several years. Or, hey, he's been hurt the whole time. We don't want him anymore. We're not paying this bonus. He can take a pay cut if he wants to stay. Otherwise, we're going to move on. So, you always talk about Goody and Russ Ball. This looks like, I can't, as I said to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I can't imagine still being in the, they overpaid for this guy. This is a terrible contract crowd anymore.
Well, if he doesn't play and he's injured, yeah. So, Chewy, obviously, Christian Watson feels like he's a number one wideout, but he also has to deal with the fact that he's been hurt a lot, and the Packers controlled him for 2 more years, realistically, if they wanted to tag him. And I'm guessing that, what was he going to make, $13 million this year? I get a kick
11.
out of $11 million. So the 30-some-odd million of franchise tag for a wide receiver or a transition tag would be, I don't know, low, mid-20s probably, somewhere in that ballpark. So I think I've said this a million times. If you want to break the bank and get the top dollar, you got to go to market.
Bet on yourself. Yeah.
You got to go to market, and you can't take guarantee. You can't take a small, a life-changing amount of money, which at $31 million for Christian Watson and his family is going to change lives. It is. And you could say, well, he should have made $150. Yeah. If you want to go through and do all of that, and you bet on yourself, and if you are healthy and you're rolling, you don't even have to start at that point. But because you got hurt and you got that little, that guaranteed last year, you kind of put yourself in a position to let Green Bay control the terms of the negotiation. That's sports. So I don't know why everybody is, up in arms about it. He chose to do it this way. He is going to be taken care of, and he's going to be a great bargain for the Green Bay Packers if he's as good as I think he is. And that's the way it goes. And he's still going to be making, 20-some-odd million. And by the way, in a year or two, he can sit out and renegotiate and hold out. Like, there's other ways that you can go about doing it if you feel like you're criminally underpaid, which by the end of this, I hope he feels that way, because that means he's been super productive. As far as, should people feel like it's not going to change anybody's mind. I mean, this is like politics. If you hate somebody, you're going to find every negative thing and you're going to hammer on them. If you like them, you're going to ignore. And with Christian Watson, not that he's a polarizing guy, because by all accounts, he's a great leader. He's a good dude and he works hard, but people look at him as an injury-prone guy, and he has been injured. And you're either going to say, why are you paying an injured guy this much money when you could be paying Tucker Kraft? Well, let me give you a little news flash. Tucker Kraft's going to get paid. And he's going to be one of the top tight ends in the business, and it'll be structured in a way that the Green Bay Packers like it. That's how Green Bay works. Unless you're Micah Parsons or Jordan Love, this is how Green Bay does their business. And when you do it early and you're proactive with it, you're going to get the better end of it if you're Green Bay, if the player's great. If the player's injured, not good, then you can look at it and say, well, it's dead cap. The Packers know that's the price of doing business. They identify guys they want, they pay them early, and then when the cap goes up and other players are getting paid big numbers, they're going to say, players will look at it and say, I should have probably waited. I hope that's the case with Christian Watson.
So do you feel better, worse, or the same about his contract?
The exact same. What was reported is what was reported.
I mean, it's worth even less than what was initially reported,
well,
and it confirms that there's no other guaranteed money.
Yeah, but that was if it was more guaranteed money, trust me, his reps and his people would have put it out.
I agree.
Nothing in this is surprising, and It's exactly what you thought it was going to be, and I don't think anybody's mind is changing because now what? He might make $15 million less, and if he doesn't hit all of his incentives, the Packers got a great deal on a really good football player. They got him when he was injured. They've utilized that, and now the opportunity is going to be for Christian to blow this thing out of the water. And by the way, it's just such a funny world to me because in every other business, you can look at it and say, he's earned it, he's got it. He's going to earn every penny of that $100 million. And I know everybody's making $200 and $250, and Jamar Chase is $45. He's not Jamar Chase. He's not Jay Jettis. So I don't think Green Bay, while he is definitely the number one now, that is not something that is like, this has got to be how it's going to be. If Matthew Golden balls out, Matthew Golden can be the number one, and then people are going to say, boy, he's pretty highly paid for a second wideout, and that's all right too. So that's why this deal makes a ton of sense on both ends. It's a much better deal for the Packers if he's a stud. If he, unfortunately, something happens to him at paintballing today or something else, it's a heck of a deal for Christian Watson. That's the reality of the situation. And for anyone to get angry about it and like upset, I love it because it's passion. And I want people to be passionate about sports. But I just have a hard time getting, oh my God, it's so bad for Christian. Yeah, he'll be all right, guys. Let's say he gets that. So that $31 million, if he didn't play another snap, that's $17-18 million bucks. Go put it in some of these AI stuff. I mean, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. So don't feel bad and chastise and everything else with Christian Watson. You can if you want. I'm not going to tell you can't. I'm saying it's idiotic.
You just did tell him not to.
I'm saying it's idiotic, but I just said I want the passion of it because it's great. But I don't agree with it.
I don't agree with people that thought that they overpaid him. I think that you said it. I will quote you.
But he's not underpaid right now either.
No,
So-
I think the Packers got a great deal, which could be a phenomenal deal.
Maybe. If he doesn't play, if he plays
you can
4
cut him
games
loose
next
after
year and
2
he's-
years.
If something happens to him in 4 games, you're not going to say it's a great deal.
Right, but there's that risk with everyone. I know he
Yeah,
has
but that's
a track
the point.
record. The guy came back from his ACL. He didn't miss any games last year. Once he came back.
Yeah, but he missed.
He did
half
leave
the
his
season.
No. What I'm saying is he played 15 games in 2024. Tears his ACL. Everyone misses time with an ACL. When he came back, he didn't miss another game because
9
of
months,
injury.
I've been told.
That is what I've been told, and maybe not in time for the Bears or for the Cowboys. And then when he came back, yes, he left the stadium in an ambulance, but he played the following week. The only game he didn't play in was the expertly covered regular season finale in Minnesota when they sat guys. So again, I thought that there was way more backlash in a negative way about the Packers and what they gave him. I would argue that this holds up pretty well. And yes, there's risk, but I think they mitigated risk and mitigated their financial commitment. $13 million in a roster bonus in 2028 that he is in no way guaranteed of getting looks like smart business to me by this team. That they have the two-way go of, hey, he's had 2 great years. Let's convert this to signing bonus and create a bunch more cap space. Or, you know what, he's been hurt a bunch. This turned out to be money not well spent. We're not going to throw good money after bad. We're not going to pay him the roster bonus. He can either come back on a salary cap, reduced salary, or we'll move on from him, and we've got Savion Williams waiting.
This is why Russ Ball is the best in the business at what he does. This is why the Packers are a first-class organization, because they proactively do this. They're smart, and they have outs. A lot of teams don't, and there are players you can't do that with. I don't know Micah's contract, but I'm guessing he's going to get I'm guessing it's not going to be that team-friendly. Jordan Love, I'm guessing it's not that team-friendly. I probably could tell you that's going to be the only 2 guys that those contracts aren't team-friendly. Mm-hmm. That's the business of the NFL. And you can sit and if Christian Watson balls out, by the way, he can hold in. Because it seems like there's a lot of people worried about he's not getting paid fairly. And if that's the case, and I feel like you're maybe in that camp a little bit, Jay, then he can hold out. He could ball out this year, and if all these other guys are making $45 and $50 million, which, by the way, they will, and he's making 23, that's when you can just say, I'm going to come in, but I'm not doing anything until you touch my contract. And then things can get contentious. Don't see that happening with Christian. I think he is looking at this from the perspective of, you guys stuck with me. And it didn't matter that I blew my knee out and that I've been injured and I've had hamstring issues. You all stuck with me. I'm going to make you look smart. And I think that's maybe the difference. And it's okay that everybody can have differing opinions on it. But the bottom line on it is it's a hell of a deal for the Green Bay Packers. And the Packers will be very excited and happy if Christian Watson can stay healthy. I said it the other day, and people, my brother's like, 13 games. If he plays 13 games a year and puts up the numbers that he does on average, this contract is a steal. This is a great move. He doesn't need to be 17 games all world. If he is, awesome, but that's not even where this is at. And I think maybe the Packers are factoring that in when they did this deal, and I'm sure Christian Watson did. Or you're going to end up looking at it and saying, could he have held the line and played this season out on a $13 million deal? And if he's healthy, would he have gotten 35 or 40? Probably, but that's not for certain either. Because what the Green Bay Packers did, smart teams will do the same. But fortunately for players, they're idiotic teams that will go over the top, that have cap space, and they'll say, boy, Watson was really good last year. I think we should give him $180 million guaranteed. And Christian Watson's going to be like, yeah, I'll take that. And then I don't know how – then it gets back to how invested are you in the new team and all of the other things that go into free agency. So I get it. Have your feelings. Have your passion. I love it. I'm going to disagree with you on a couple fronts, though, and that's okay.
What we can agree on is that things always get interesting when Evan Cohen joins us. He will join us next after I tell you that you don't have to hop on a plane or board a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped. Your next getaway is waiting right in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay, the biggest hotel rooms in all of Milwaukee. Nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And you're just steps away from all the fun stuff that's happening inside. And you've got so many options when it comes to eating. Dream Dance Steakhouse, The Marketplace, Rock and Brews, which is my favorite, Canal Street Cafe, Cream City Coffee Company, and Ruyi Asian Kitchen, which is the one on my to-do list. If you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, the event spaces are built to make them unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Evan Cohen joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
We still have to know what the Packers are and what they do. The Green Bay Packers gamble on potential, while the Los Angeles Rams are gambling on proven players. I don't know that one is necessarily better than the other, but I imagine Rams fans are feeling more confident about the upcoming season than Green Bay Packers fans.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, presented by Door County Distillery. Live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
ESPN Madison goes beyond the game. Join us for the Beyond the Game Coaches Panel on June 16th, featuring some of the most successful D1 college coaches in Wisconsin. Hear their unique stories, insights, and personalities during a moderated panel discussion followed by a live audience Q&A. Plus, admission is free. Join us Tuesday, June 16th at One Social Food Hall in Madison, starting at 6 p.m. Go to BeyondTheGameMadison.com for more information and to RSVP to this free event. That's BeyondTheGameMadison.com.
Sauna, cold plunge. It's everywhere right now. But at Sauna Day, this isn't a trend. It's an ancient practice that works. Heat and cold exposure are scientifically proven to improve circulation, reduce inflammation, support better sleep, and help you recover faster. At Sauna Day, we've built Wisconsin's first thermal bathhouse in downtown Madison, with saunas, cold plunges, steam, and space to reset. Come try it before work, after a workout, solo, or with friends. Sauna Day, proven to raise vitality and designed to feel good.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honeys.
Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Horicon Bank, serving their clients with faster decisions, smarter financing, and bankers who get your business. Horicon Bank, doing good for 130 years.
Joining us now on the Yuengling guest hotline, Yuengling, 197 years in America, the oldest brewery in America, and it is now in Wisconsin. 6 generations, family owned and operated. D.G. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Is the host of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio and, of course, across ESPN Wisconsin every morning. It is Evan Cohen. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Jason, Tausch, Jesse, how are you guys?
Good. Did you stay awake for the entirety of the Knicks Spurs game last night?
Yes, of course. I mean, all 3 of these games have been fascinating from start to finish, and all the twists and turns and the way Wemby played early I thought was great. And yes, I was awake.
Why? How do you pick? Is it finals games you stay up? Because I'm guessing for the Eastern Conference Finals you didn't stay up for all those games, did you?
You didn't really need to. The Knicks pummeled them. I mean, what do you mean? No, I tried to stay up as best as I could for all these games, and definitely San Antonio, Oklahoma City. I probably find myself going to sleep earlier on the days, like on a Friday night or a Saturday night, when I don't have a show the next day and I can watch it back in the morning. But I do my best to try to stay up.
Thank you for your service. That's good stuff.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
You asked me a question.
I understand. Don't get mad.
Serve our country.
Hey, don't get mad. Don't get all mad.
You're kind of getting after people a little bit today, there, old boy. Like you've come in strong today. I like it. Passionate,
okay,
as you said, about other people and their opinions. We were debating the Christian Watson contract. Now that the numbers are out, Evan, I am wondering if his contract even makes it to the hallowed halls of unsportsmanlike. He's not a top tier wide receiver. He's been injured a lot. But Packers fans obviously were divided on whether he deserved a contract or not. And now that ESPN has the final numbers of his extension, he looks like a pretty good bargain to me for a guy that obviously has had injury issues, but also has been a really good player. Is he a guy that even makes it onto your radar?
I don't remember if we talked about him or not, to be honest with you. Like, I really don't. I've talked about him in general, and I definitely had it in my notes. We had Schefter on this morning. I don't think I even put it in my notes for today, but I will say I have a couple of Packers-related things that I'll bring up for you guys.
All right.
Number one, I was doing the math with Jim, Matt, and Molly last week on ESPN Madison, but I want to pose it to you guys. I think I have figured out the math for Packers' success this year. And what it is 1.5 times stats from a year ago. Take Christian Watson's receptions, yards, and touchdowns, multiply them each by 1.5. Take Jordan Love's touchdown to interception ratio, multiply it by 1.5. Double Matthew Golden's games played and his stats, and then multiply that by 1.5. The reason I say that...
Just wait, we're doubling
difficult.
and then going 1.5?
Well, remember, he didn't play a full season, Tausch. I know you don't follow the team, but he only played, I think, 7 games. So if we put him at like 14 games or so, and then you multiply
Well, then
it
it's
by 1.5.
but it's not. Then it's not as you can't start like adding variables.
All right, don't worry, Tausch. Don't worry about that part. Just think about it this way.
Well,
the Green Bay Packers have invested in Jordan Love, obviously, Christian Watson now, whether it's a value deal or not, he's there. Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden, right? Those are their guys in terms of passing the football. And in order for them to have maxed out success realistically this year, there's an argument that all of them need to multiply their stats by 1.5 now that Romeo Doubs is gone, Dontavian Wicks is gone. All these guys are no longer there, and that wide receiver room seems to be cleaned up relative, not that the other guys weren't good, but cleaned up relative to roles. Now they have to perform. And I think, and I know Tucker Kraft coming back obviously will be a big part of this, but if you just do the math, I think you'll see, those are good target numbers for these guys. But that's asking a lot of people. Like, I don't know, Tausch, what your coaches asked of you in terms of percentage better year over year. It probably wasn't 1.5 times better, because that's an enormous amount.
Yeah, and you double things, and 1.5. I think we did a thing with Dan Kelly last week on receptions, touchdowns, et cetera, and yeah, I mean, we're looking at Jordan Love, 4,100 yards, I think, is the Hard Rock Casino Rockford line on how many yards he's going to throw. He's going to need to be higher than that. So I guess to your point, all of those guys are going to need to be more productive. I don't necessarily think it'll have to be to that degree that you're saying, but no question. I mean, there's no doubt. Matthew Golden, I think, of everybody in that group, because of the injury factor with Tucker and Watson, if they just stay on their trajectory of what they averaged when they played, they're going to be fine. It's going to be Matthew Golden and Jaden Reed, and I think Matthew Golden's going to need to make the biggest jump if that offense is going to make the big jump.
So I don't have an answer to this, and I'm genuinely looking for your feedback on this, both of you. Why is it that me, and maybe other I'm not a Packers fan, but I'm not a hater by any stretch of imagination, but football fans, Packers fans, why is it that I felt so good about this team a year ago and so not as good a year later? What
Injuries.
Changed, do you think?
It's the injury factor.
Is that it?
No, it is. We don't know when Mike is. There's an uncertainty. There was no big splash off season. The fact that we hosted the draft, there was the buzz. We got the wide out. We ended up grabbing Micah Parsons. Everything was rolling. We started off and dominated a team that had kind of eaten our lunch in the opener, and everything looked like this defense was going to be, because we always just assume our offense is going to be good enough. It was always, can our defense? And with Jeff Hafley, now there's more uncertainty with when is Micah going to be back? What are we doing with the new defensive coordinator? Where are we at with our running game? We don't know about our O-line. There's more question marks now because of the injuries and because of some of the coordinator, and you have the kicking issue. You have a new kicker There's just more uncertainty with this group than there was. This was even pre-Micah last year. That's what I would answer your question.
Okay, yeah, you bring up a good, interesting point about the draft, and maybe it was that I was just like physically around there.
Well,
so
and your
much last
face was
year,
on a bus, and you have
You
a
were
lot of
at the
ego.
Washington game.
You got a lot of
though.
ego that you like
those
to face
first
too.
In fairness, Evan, the first two games, you were at one of them, but you left feeling the way you felt about this team, and I think it was an accurate way to feel. I mean, again, I know I bring this up all the time, but they had some rough patches. They shouldn't have lost in Cleveland. They shouldn't have tied in Dallas. But they were sitting at 9-3-1 without Tucker Kraft going into Denver, and were leading in the third quarter against the AFC's number one seed. Feeling good about that team last year was not in any way the wrong way to feel about them. But again, so much uncertainty was created by the way they finished the season that I totally get why you think the way you do now.
And did I bring up my 2027 draft conversation with you guys around the Packers last week? I can't remember now. I'm losing it a little bit.
If you're asking us to remember what you said, I can't remember what I said.
All right. I have okay, so then let me ask this question. How would this season be different, upcoming, for Jordan Love if the Green Bay Packers had their first-round pick of the 2027 draft, which is the most QB-heavy draft we've seen in years? Not that he would be replaced, but if he was just kind of fine again, would the Packers do what the Packers do, which is start the 3-year in advance clock, if in this draft with quarterbacks supposedly this good? Because I think the fact that they don't have their 2027 first-rounder, in a way, not that they're trying to get rid of Jordan Love, buys him some time, don't you think?
You think the Packers are even thinking about that right now?
No, I don't.
So what are you asking?
Tausch, would they think about it if everyone is right and this draft has 5 or 6 first-round quarterbacks that are awesome, and Jordan Love just has an okay season where they don't win the division, they lose early in the playoffs, and just kind of has nothing on the top line of that resume. There's no MVP, there's no division, there's no Super Bowl. Would they do what the Packers do, which is draft a quarterback when they want one, not when they need one, based on the value coming out in the draft?
If they did that, that would be the end for Jordan Love. There would not be competition. That would be, we're moving on. If you're going to, no. I don't think the Packers even blinked about thinking about that at this point. No.
I understand that.
So I don't understand what you're asking then.
My point is, I'm really hungry. I'm trying to lose weight. Thank God the buffet that is across the street from me is closed today. Because if it was open, I'd be in trouble. That's my point.
Wow. That's a pretty good. You're the king of the analogy. What do you make of that analogy? Whether or not you agree with this premise, that's a pretty good analogy.
Sure. Not a bad analogy.
The quarterback buffet is not open for the Packers because they don't have a pick. And so there's no temptation to do that.
No, but I have a great cousin sub that I'm eating, and I'm walking out. I'm like, oh, this is filling me up. I'm good. I don't care that there's a big buffet over there. I got my sub, and I'm good.
All right. Well, that is good. I like cousin subs a lot. Turkey sandwiches from there, very good.
Okay.
All right, Evan, we have to talk about this with you because you have the wide-ranging perspective, but this has resonated with absolutely everyone who follows college athletics. The Sorby reinstatement by the judge yesterday.
It's a real sordid affair, am I right? No, it's pretty good. You don't have to, just because you guys know it's pretty good.
Reach. Well, his name isn't sordid, though. But you've got teams now saying they're not going to schedule Texas Tech. You got, there's also a little bit of holier-than-thou stuff going on.
I'm going to say this. Prove it that you're not going to actually do it.
Why? I don't understand. Why would you not schedule Texas Tech? Wouldn't you want to schedule Texas Tech? Because if you believe that Sorsby somehow is fixing games, he can't fix a game for the other team to lose. He can only fix the game for his team to lose. So wouldn't you want to schedule Texas Tech more?
Well, I think he's
it's not an
rehabbing,
unfair point.
allegedly. I think he's rehabbing all that.
No, and I do, and I give him credit for treating and doing his best to treat an addiction and an illness that obviously nobody would sign up for. Period. Next sentence. The fact that he's allowed to play college football is utterly absurd because in theory, I'm a Texas Tech player. Okay? I'm a fringe player. I'm not an NFL guy. I know on a Wednesday that 5 of my guys are injured. 2 of my guys are going to be academically ineligible. We are going to be depleted to no ends. Am I not allowed to go and try to bet now? Oh, what's going to happen to me? I'm going to get suspended for 2 games? What do I care? Because I got a judge that can get me out of that. I could make hundreds of thousands of dollars to set me up for the rest of my life, or at least for the next however many years, because I ain't playing on Sundays. Like, that's not going to happen, but what they're saying is that's the trade-off.
How do you know that's not going to happen?
I don't know that that's not going to happen.
You just said it's not going to happen.
What I'm saying is, okay, what I'm saying is I don't know that is going to happen. Let me rephrase. So I don't know that is going to happen, but what I do know is if that's all it takes for me to legally gamble on sports and make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and my penalty is I missed 2 games as a Texas Tech player, who cares?
Yeah, I'm taking the chance.
You guys could have a segment, I do know or no. What do you think of that?
Sounds awful, actually.
I think it's great. I think you're going to love that. No, I do know? Yeah. There's something there.
That is not
It's a sordid affair.
That is not a good name for that segment.
No, it's good. I saw
Evan, have you found the response to be a little sanctimonious? Or do you think it's been appropriate?
You know what the response is I actually love the most of this whole Sorsby story? Did you see Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, former LSU great, who obviously had a really lengthy career in the NFL and totally changed his perception, right? Remember that guy was getting in trouble in college, and then every team wanted him to be their captain, and you realize oh, he was just a kid not doing he was doing whatever, but nothing like that harmful. I thought his response was the best. I think I have 2 years of eligibility. The judge in Louisiana to grant those for me. Because that's how stupid it is. But you know what? You might as well try if you're him. Who cares? Lane Kiffin will take him. I promise you that. If we're going to Tausch, do you have eligibility left?
No.
Good.
Well, let's find a judge.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but you know what? Go find a judge, Tausch. Although, you know what? I don't even know that you can be an offensive lineman anymore. I feel like you're a tight end these days. But the point that I'm making is, it's so stupid. It's so stupid that we can just break all these rules that are actually sensical and logical and just find judges or people to let us play. Now, not every NCAA rule, as we know, is sensical and logical. State of Wisconsin's own, may he rest in peace, Rick Majerus, I'm pretty sure got in trouble once, Jason, you may remember this, for paying for a flight home for one of his players, and the player's
Keith Van Horn
died.
Yeah, I think it was Keith Van Horn. Yeah, I think so.
A parent died. The young man did not have the money at the time to pay for the flight, and Majerus is like, your mother or father passed away. I will cover the $200 at the time to get you back to wherever it is. And he got in trouble for paying for a flight for a funeral of a family member.
I'm old enough to remember.
The NCAA is absurd.
I'm old enough to remember 23 players suspended for a shoe scandal.
Oh God, I remember it. What a hot night that was too. I was schwitzing going to the stadium that night.
Schwitzing. Yeah, it was. Go ahead.
It's your show.
No, I was just going to tell you it was Keith Van Horn's father. I just wanted to confirm that for you.
Oh, okay. But that night, I remember, what was it, Central Michigan, Western Michigan? I want to say it was a Friday night game. It may have been early in August. It was in August, the shoebox game. And anyone who went to the shoebox got free gear. That was Steve Schmidt, I believe, right? That's his name?
Yes.
Who later owned the Madison Mallards for a little bit as well. I mean,
yes.
that was his marketing ploy. It was brilliant. It's like in essence, yeah, you're going to buy a pair of $50 shoes, and I'm going to give you a T-shirt with it. Everyone got it. That was not impermissible benefits for football players. That was a benefit if you were breathing and you made a purchase at the store.
I don't think they just got T-shirts, but again, I would tend to agree that all those things look antiquated and ridiculous based on where we are today, right? The idea that Tracy Webster and Michael Finley would eat at various bars in town when they would have their specials, like 25-cent Tuesdays for tacos and whatever else, because that's all they could afford, and the training table was insufficient and they didn't have enough money to buy other stuff. Like, that was real back then, and it obviously wouldn't be the case today. So again,
Jason, the whole argument of, well, the NCAA and all these schools take gambling money from advertising partners. That doesn't mean the players should gamble. Like, as a company, we take endorsements or we take advertising money and have great partnerships with alcohol brands. That doesn't mean people should be drinking on the air. Like, that you can separate the two.
Right. I'm guessing that there is some shady stuff that other schools do. This is obviously very different because of the legal system being involved. But there were some, I was intrigued by some of the responses. Not honey badgers, but some of the coaches and athletic directors. I still feel like they were saying one thing.
Let me ask one question. Let me ask one question, if I may, on this Thorsby thing. So let me ask the question of the person that I think should be the AD of the University of Wisconsin. So, Tausch, if you were the AD at Texas Tech, all the NIL, big money around Thorsby, hottest free agent, transfer, etc., would you say to him, I'm sorry, I know you were ruled eligible. We're no longer interested in having you on the football team. We're more than happy to have you as a student. We're not kicking you out of school or anything like that. Just doesn't make sense for you to be on the football team right now. Would you allow him on the team if you were the AD?
No.
Good question.
That's where I think Texas Tech gets the knock. It's like, why? What are you doing here? Why are you like? Why is this worth it? For the 1 year, he's probably
It's
going
not
to be
worth
there.
it. It's not going to be worth it.
Great response. Tons of great energy from you on that response.
Oh, no. What do you want me to say? You asked me a yes or no question. Didn't you go to Big School J where you open-ended? I don't know why. If you're looking at this, the whole idea of not scheduling Texas Tech and all of that, all of that is just complete foolishness. Like, if you're scheduling games, you're gonna have to go and do it. But you always look at this, and this is the reality of sports. Is the juice worth the squeeze? There's guys that get treated differently and they get more runway to go and be a little bit whatever than other guys. And I don't know this dude. I mean, maybe he's some great quarterback. They're probably paying him $7 million. And the fact that he's went and did this when you know that's the cardinal sin of sports, it's time to go. That means your decision making sucks, allegedly, and
Right.
B, it's not like you're Dan Marino. So no, he's out. He's gone. I don't know if I could have been more crystal clear, but since you wanted me to expand on it, that's what I would say.
I thought his second answer, Jason, was better than his first. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Much
Yeah,
better.
and I think that's a good place to end it.
Good energy.
Evan,
Hey, Evan,
thanks.
why on earth is baseball the only sport that it's fields or whatever dimensions you want? You know what? You want a 280-yard foul pull down the right field line. That's
For
cute.
years. I've thought that and it's like, all right, you know what? Hey, we got a lot of great lefty hitters. Let's move the right field fence in. What? You can just do that? It's wild.
Yeah, I actually think in football.
Had like a hill in the outfield.
Yeah, they got a big, a hill because
I like that hill.
You love the hill.
Charming.
It's very charming. Yeah, I don't get
Wait,
why.
question. I have a question though. This
Yeah.
is an important one.
Okay.
When we talk next week, will Giannis still be a member of the Milwaukee
When
Bucks?
is the draft?
June 23rd.
He would be traded that weekend before.
2 weeks from
so
today.
I don't know whatever
the
date
draft.
that is. 20th, 21st, something like that.
And as of now, where do you think he's going to go?
I hope it's not Miami, but it certainly feels like that's where he's going to strong arm his way to go. And I don't like
Why
it.
do you hope it's not Miami?
I don't think we're going to get the haul back we need. I don't like Tyler Hero's nice. I mean, if they bring Tyler Hero in, I think we trade him. And what do you get for him? Tyler Hero's not
I don't think they would trade him right away.
Well, I don't know the answer to that, but that's why you asked me why. I want young stud talent that I'm not paying Bonko dollars to unless they're that guy. And I need to have 3, my own included, 3 first-round picks this year. That's what I need. Because we got to get this thing started.
Okay, you want Chet Holmgren.
Well, I would love to have Chet Holmgren, yes. He's
that's not happening. But by the way, Tausch,
yeah.
So here's how you can get it done.
All right.
If with Miami has a guy by the name of Khalil Ware, 7'1" center, physically built like Wemby, obviously not as tall, can shoot the 3 unbelievably well, amazing shot blocker, and he's a really good player when he's like playing like a lot, right? And he operates differently than most in terms of
why did he not play a lot for Miami? Miami stunk this year.
I don't think you have to look at it that way. Miami's different in the way that they operate, how guys earn minutes. My point is this. Definitively, he could get you at least 1 first-rounder in the draft this year if you wanted to flip him upon arrival because of the fact that everyone is trying to Wembyize their defense, and he is actually a body type that would make sense guarding Wemby. So that's where, if you want to turn what you get into more by way of picks, he would enable you to do that.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and listen to your Miami propaganda. I'm not interested.
How is that Miami
It
propaganda?
is. Oh, he's a great player. He's Wemby-esque. He's not good enough to play for a bad Miami
this
team.
Guy you've never
but
heard
he's
of is so good.
Yeah, okay, Evan. Sure.
You Tausch.
Yeah.
Let me explain something to you.
Don't you have to go to L.A.?
Yeah, in a second. If I was Milwaukee, there are 2 teams that I would target, and Miami's not one of them.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
It would be Golden State.
They're not going to give us Steph. Come on. They're not giving us Steph.
Steph?
Yeah.
Steph. Oh, you got your point. And then the other one is Orlando. He's the Jared Verse. Brian Windhorst has said, keep an eye on the Myles Garrett Jared Verse trade because that's what Jimmy Haslam did in terms of that, right? The young up-and-coming guy who could become the other guy, that's Paolo Banchero. That's your deal. The deal that I've been saying all along. Orlando. Now, you're not getting the picks, but you would have a face of the franchise.
No, we're also getting picks. We also want picks. We're not just going straight up for Orlando.
Well, they don't have them because they gave them for Desmond Bain.
Well, then, tough luck.
Evan, thanks.
Cool. So, all right, bye.
Bain.
All right, I'm going to go hear what Matt LaFleur has to say. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. In 2026, Wisconsin women's hockey star Caroline K.K. Harvey won an Olympic gold medal, her 3rd NCAA National Championship, the National Player of the Year Award, and now the AmFam Championship Celebrity Foursome with partner Andy North. Harvey reflected on her remarkable year over the weekend at the AmFam Championship.
Amazing teammates, coaches, staff. It takes a village to win gold, win a national championship, and I definitely had to pinch myself in the time that I've had off and really been able to reflect. I've been able to think about these experiences and just how grateful I've been for this year.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
People hear Horicon Bank and they think local, instantaneously.
Over the years, was able to help them in their later years when they needed some care. So I would say that was cradle to grave experience for me.
We encounter precious moments like this all the time. We have a trust administration department that can help.
Our motto is together as a bank and as an organization, and then doing good.
There's amazing success stories of small business entrepreneurs who now are multi-million-dollar companies.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary. Presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
This is our crew.
Adding a guy like Skubal would certainly make you a better team. I do think that would make them a World Series contender because I think they are right now.
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Continues Jesse and Tausch for the time being. Jason Wilde on his way down to Matt LaFleur's press conference before mandatory minicamp practice number 1 up in Green Bay. Jason will rejoin the show in a little while here, and he'll share for the second half of our show this morning insights and observations from Green Bay as the Packers get out onto the practice field. I'm sure it'll be riveting, important information that he shares from this practice this morning because that's how he framed it last year for us, and I'm sure it'll be more of the same here this year. So thanks to Jason for heading over to Matt LaFleur's press conference. Thanks to Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio for joining us. Tausch covered a lot of ground there with Evan. The Giannis thing is intriguing. Is there any way, what I want most is for the Bucks to be able to scare Oklahoma City into feeling like they need Giannis to go against Wemby? Because I think the best haul that the Bucks could get is from Oklahoma City. Is there any chance, NBA enthusiast as you are, that the Bucks could get that done?
It certainly doesn't feel that way. And I know Evan, who obviously is dialed in with Windy and some of the other guys that are on his show a bunch, doesn't feel that way. I would think, especially the way they lost and the way Chet kind of wilted, that felt like that would be a move. Giannis is not going to wilt defensively. Now, as far as scoring and offensively, it would put a lot of pressure on Wemby to guard someone as physical and as long as Giannis. So I think it would be a really good fit. I don't say never on that yet. I still believe the best haul that the Bucks could get is someone like Chet, who I know people are going to say he got punked and all the other stuff, and I can't argue. Still pretty good. And we're not in the championship chasing business right now. we're going to be in the interesting business and trying to build some young core players. I think Chet could be a nice piece to start along with that haul of draft picks that they still have from all of those trades. So that would be interesting. They also have some young talent. Their team is so deep that I think there's other players that you could package. So I'm not going to say there's no chance, but every time I bring that up with Evan, it gets dismissed pretty quickly. So all signs are pointing, and the problem with this scenario is that Giannis controls a lot of cards, and the fact that if he doesn't want to go to that place, he doesn't have to. He's got 1 year left. He could say, I'm not signing an extension. You're going to give up all that for maybe a year with me? I think that's a really tough ask for the teams that are looking to trade for Giannis. If they don't get those assurances he's going to sign that Supermax, are you really going to give up the kind of haul that the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be looking for him? The answer is probably no.
If you missed any of the conversation with Evan Cohen, you can find it on the ESPN Wisconsin app or go back on the ESPN Milwaukee and the ESPN Madison YouTube channels. Before we proceed into the 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch, it is our 10th anniversary presented by Steinhoffels, and it is Tuesday, which means it is once again your chance to win a $500 gift card from Steinhoffels as part of the Steinhoffels sleepers of the last 10 years.
All right, sleepyheads, wakey.
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
Rise and shine. It's this week's Steinhoffels sleeper of the last 10 years.
That's right, your chance to win a $500 Steinhoffels gift card if you can identify the player with the clue that we have shared on our Wilde and Tausch social media platforms, and you'll see it now if you're watching along with us on our live video stream. Your clue is this. This defensive lineman spent 4 seasons in Green Bay, including making 10 starts in 2019, and when discussing him on Wilde and Tausch, Homer famously said, "I don't know anything about him, but I like everything about him."
I think it was a linebacker. I don't think
he is listed as a defensive lineman.
Pretty sure he was a linebacker.
Pro Football Reference lists him as a defensive lineman, and from what I have seen from the guesses rolling in on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line, people will know exactly who we're talking about. If you know, you know.
I'm 95% certain, and maybe he said this about 2 players. I know who you're talking about with the Homer quote because it was such a great quote. And I am 95% sure he was a linebacker.
Well, he is, again, listed as a defensive lineman.
I know he could be listed as that. I'm telling you, he played linebacker for Green Bay, though.
So if you know the answer, text it to 844-770-3776 before. I don't know what you're signaling to me.
Well, I'm not going to give it away on air.
Well, then don't say it.
I'm not saying anything.
We have commercial breaks. Just ask me during the commercial break. Text it to me.
If I know what number this guy was, then I know for certain it was a linebacker.
I believe what you were signaling to me is correct.
So then I am correct and you're wrong.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm just going by what the most reliable source online has for what it lists his position at. He stopped playing a couple of years ago. He's no longer in the league, to my knowledge.
I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
In this instance, I think I'm the more reliable source. And I don't always say that. I don't.
If you know who the player is, before 12 p.m. Central Time today, text the answer to 844-770-3776. You got to text it, you got to spell it right, and you got to text it to the right place.
Just wait, so if you spell it one letter off, you don't get it?
You're not going to be eligible to win because the way we do this, you got to spell it correctly, first and last name. Text it in, 844-770-3776. Steinhoffel Sleepers of the last 10 years on Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Steinhoffel. Sleep better with Beauty Rest at Steinhoffels. Test Rest, a Beauty Rest Black. Get a $20 gas card. Shop in-store or at steinhoffels.com. We will reveal who the player is at the end of today's show. Power Rankings Tuesday, while Jason attends Matt LaFleur's press conference and gets situated on the sidelines for Packers' mandatory minicamp practice up in Green Bay. That's coming up next to kick off the official start of the 10 o'clock hour in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Have you noticed all the roofing signs in your neighborhood due to the hail damage?
Most of those asphalt roofs have to be replaced.
Most metal roofs do not.
So if you're tired of yard signs and replacing shingles,
consider a Suita metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Did you stay up late last night like I did to catch the wildest Brewers game of the season? Brewers win in 12 innings, 15-14 in Las Vegas over the Athletics. A remarkable night. 11 total home runs between the two teams. The Brewers were trailing 10-8 going into the ninth inning. They scored 2 in the top of the ninth, 4 in the top of the 10th, including a big home run from William Contreras. The A's respond with 4 in the bottom of the 10th, including when down to their final strike, a pop fly to right field that ended up going over the fence to tie the game. Brewers ultimately prevail 15-14 in the Athletics' first game in their future new home of Las Vegas in the minor league stadium that they're playing this series in. The two teams are back at it tonight. How do you follow up that performance? We'll find out. 9:05, late first pitch again, Central Time here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Wilde and Tausch continues right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, pack bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. It's Jesse and Tausch for the time being.
You know how to step in it. I think, and we love Steinhoffels. They have been a partner from the jump. We're so excited about them celebrating 10 years with us. A great Wisconsin company forever. I'm pretty sure the person that Homer spoke that quote about, because I've used that quote because it's in the 10 years maybe one of my all-time favorite
quotes. It is
quotes.
one of the greatest quotes ever uttered on our show.
I think you got this wrong.
And I don't think I do, and I don't think our fans think I do because of the amount of people who are texting in about this player. Yeah, but you're kind of stuffing it down by saying
defensive lineman, 4 seasons, 10 starts. Like, that's the quote I believe you're accrediting is to the wrong player.
I don't think so. I believe I have this right.
Well, I'm going to put Tony TC is, I think, going to go on this because
you're going to have him go back to 2019 or whatever this was said.
Because Homer's not going to remember the quote. I know that for certain.
Oh, I think he will. I don't think he'll remember who he said it about.
Well, that's my point.
Yeah.
He'll remember that quote, but I think you got this wrong.
Well, I appreciate you having my back here. That's very nice.
Well, I'm just trying to be
real team effort around here on Wilde and Tausch.
What do you want me to do, lie?
Yeah, I'd like for you to lie. I'd like for you to say, I understand that maybe I remember this a little differently, but I'm going to be on board with this, and we'll figure it out afterwards.
I haven't rubber stamped this as like I'm 100% right. I feel very confident that I'm right. And I'm very confident that you're wrong, but I'm not rubber stamping it and saying it's 100%.
When you got in the huddle as a professional football player for a decade and a play call came in and you heard it, did you instantly go, ooh, I don't know about that one? Or did you say, all right, we'll do it. I don't know if it's going to be our best play, but we're going to go out and run it.
When we're going through and there's some conceptual things that I don't think are accurate, I made sure to point those out. Yes. We had a play where we would, if the defensive lineman crossed my face, they wanted me to pass that off. And then if the one linebacker came, it was opposite of everything we did from a foundational standpoint. It was if this guy crossed my face, I stuck with him on this protection. Well, what we needed to do then was adjust because people started scheming to do that because they knew that was our protection. So we had to make an adjustment. And I thought, this is kind of crazy because you could easily just have the guard stay in there. I could pass that off and do it. Instead, I would take that and then the guard would belly out. I didn't think that was the best use of what we were doing. So instead of me just sitting there saying, oh, shucks, well, that's what they want, you have the conversation. The coaches make the final call. That doesn't mean they're always right. And by the way, coaches like having input from players. You should want this input from me.
I went back and I looked at different sleepers. Again, this is all in the spirit of the Steinhoffel sleepers of the last 10 years. So we go back, we find players over the 10 years of this show that have been selected as Steinhoffel sleepers of the week. This
and
player,
by the way, you're putting in good effort, and this would have been easy. If you don't add that quote, there's no question that this is right, what you're saying.
But if I don't add the quote, then the clue becomes a lot more ominous, and you'd have to try and figure out who this is by some other different type of factor.
When you give a quote like this and it's not attributed to the right person, that makes it very muddy.
But you're only basing this on what you think it is. No, I'm very confident that this is the player that this quote was said about. I
don't think you're that confident.
I was 100% confident coming into this, and I am now 98% confident, but I'm still very, very, very confident.
If you're wrong, what's the punishment?
I don't know. What do you want my punishment to be if I'm wrong?
I don't want to get crazy, but I think you have to end up doing what you owe Brush Jet.
Washing a car.
In your Speedo.
No, that was never even part of the agreement with Bruss.
That is what your thing with Bruss was.
No,
that's what you need to do.
he made that part of it after he won. That wasn't even part of it going into this. No, I'm not washing more. I'm not washing more cars in less attire than anyone wants to see me in.
That's fair.
No. 844-770-3776. Again, your way to text your guess for the Steinhoffel sleeper of the last 10 years with a very accurate clue, which is being shared, again, on our Wilde and Tausch social media platforms and here on our video stream on our YouTube channels and on Twitter and Facebook. Text in your guess. I'm sure you're going to get it right because everybody knows who's been around what player we're talking about.
When Jason comes back from his outdoor interview, and I've used that air quotes, of Matt LaFleur, is he going to agree with me or agree with you?
I think he's going to agree with me because I believe I'm right. And I think he'll remember, and I'll be right.
All right.
Time now for trivia. We have totally blown past the really fun Power Rankings Tuesday that I wanted to do. Maybe we'll do it when Jason joins us from practice because, as he said last year, nothing really happens at these practices, so there may not be a ton for him to share with us. So we'll save Power Rankings for a later point in the show. Time now for trivia. It is presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf. 844-770-3776 is your number to get in to play Wilde and Tausch Trivia. 844-770-3776. Caller number 8 to play trivia. Today's category, Oakland, Sacramento, or Las Vegas, in honor of the Athletics. 844-770-3776. Oakland, Sacramento, or Las Vegas. Caller 8 right now plays trivia. 844-770-3776. Wilde and Tausch Trivia coming up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
ESPN Madison goes beyond the game. Join us for the Beyond the Game Coaches Panel on June 16th, featuring some of the most successful D1 college coaches in Wisconsin. Hear their unique stories, insights, and personalities during a moderated panel discussion followed by a live audience Q&A. Plus, admission is free. Join us Tuesday, June 16th at One Social Food Hall in Madison, starting at 6 p.m. Go to BeyondTheGameMadison.com for more information and to RSVP to this free event. That's BeyondTheGameMadison.com.
Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. All that power, all for the crew. Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Mark Tauscher here, and take it from me, the best game nights start with Pizza. Try the new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, featuring crispy baked Parmesan on the crust for a golden cheesy crunch in every bite. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping crispy Parm Pan for just $10, or make it a large for just $3 more. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to order and find more great deals. The new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, available now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
This is our crew.
The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! He struck him out!
Every pitch, every strike, every hit.
To high drive! Deep right! Fair and gone!
Hear the call of every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Fly ball center field. Grisham back. It is gone!
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Every regular season Friday home game at American Family Field, ticketed fans 21 and over who sit in the Miller Lite beer pit in the left field loge bleachers will receive a free Brewers cap courtesy of Miller Lite. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Sauna, cold plunge. It's everywhere right now. But at Sauna Day, this isn't a trend. It's an ancient practice that works. Heat and cold exposure are scientifically proven to improve circulation, reduce inflammation, support better sleep, and help you recover faster. At Sauna Day, we've built Wisconsin's first thermal bathhouse in downtown Madison, with saunas, cold plunges, steam, and space to reset. Come try it before work, after a workout, solo, or with friends. Sauna Day, proven to raise vitality and designed to feel good.
We're on the Packers.
You can't sit here and tell me that you're comfortable with the idea of the Green Bay Packers playing 8 games without Mike Parsons.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
That's very uncomfortable. That's extremely uncomfortable.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
The fans in the YouTube comments, the dwellers as I affectionately call them, have noticed that you appear to be a little confrontational today.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
So I'm going to take all of your critique of our Steinhoffel Sleeper of the Last 10-Year contest with a little bit of a grain of salt, because you were getting after the Athletics at the start of the show for the dimensions of their baby stadium. You were getting after Evan a little bit. You're getting after Jason.
I was getting after Evan.
Yeah,
Evan said I had a low-energy response.
I feel like I'm just
to an open it to a closed question. You don't ask closed questions. You know that.
Jason will rejoin the show shortly after Matt LaFleur speaks in front of the hedges out at Packers mandatory minicamp practice this morning. Jason's scheduled to appear with us again coming up next in Green Bay. In the meantime, it is time to play Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on, and by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
And it's a good day for Jason to not be here for Wilde and Tausch Trivia because look who's back. Mike the Wedding DJ.
No.
Yeah. Sure is. Good morning, Mike. How you doing?
Good morning, Jesse. Good morning, Tausch.
Good morning.
Mike, is there anything you'd like to say addressing how last week's interaction went on this show?
Testy,
Yeah, speaking of people who were a little grumpy, it seemed like things did not go particularly pleasantly when you were with us last week. Anything you'd like to say on that front while Jason's not here?
I tried to make a joke about Homer's salary being as big as Watson's new contract. It fell flat. Jason took it the wrong way. Jesse, you know I had no problem waiting on hold because of the breaking news and because of Homer the GOAT. I had no problem waiting for you to call me back. So I don't have a beef with Jason. He's got a beef with me. He thinks
definitely has
he's
a
a
beef
moron.
with you.
I don't think he's a moron.
He's definitely got a beef with you. There's no doubt.
Well,
That's not a bad
beef's
thing. A little
I don't have a
conflict
beef
is
with
good.
him. Yep.
That's what Mike McCarthy always said.
Conflict is good, yeah. You can disagree without being disagreeable. The trivia category for you this morning, Mike the Wedding DJ, in honor of the Brewers facing the Athletics, Oakland, Sacramento, or Las Vegas.
Boy, I think he's going to answer all of these without the choices because he knows all the choices.
He knows, yeah. Mike's, and he's a baseball
he's
guy.
Very good.
I think he is part of our Trivia Tournament of Champions, which kicks off this Thursday. Mike, question number 1 is this. Which of these cities has most recently been the official location listed in the name of the Athletics franchise? Oakland, Sacramento, or Las Vegas?
Well, officially it's Sacramento. B.
No.
What?
Really?
That's wrong.
I thought it was Oakland also.
No.
Oh, no, it is Oakland.
What? It's Oakland.
Yeah.
Mike said Sacramento. They have never changed their name to be the Sacramento Athletics. They have been playing their home games in Sacramento, but they have only called themselves the Athletics during that tenure. They have most recently been known as the Oakland Athletics.
That's a tricky question. For question 1, Mike, I would put a steward's inquiry.
Nice job,
on that.
Jesse.
That was tricky.
Hey, Jesse got me.
I thought you were going to... Mike, you're a baseball guy. I thought you were going to easily come away with that one.
All right. Which of these cities does not have a professional sports team with a nickname that is also the name of a playing card? Interesting. Is it Oakland, Sacramento, or Las Vegas?
Of a playing... Oh, okay. So you've got the Sacramento Kings. You've got the Las Vegas Aces. So it's the other one.
There you go, Mike.
Right,
he's back.
He's back.
Back on the train. Oh, that was a fun question.
Jason is texting. He's pulling for you. He is all in on you being successful here, Mike. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was celebrating Jesse tricking me on the first.
I think you might be right.
He was. Question number 3, Mike the Wedding DJ. According to... Tausch is going to probably second guess this one, too, because it involved me doing research. According to official U.S. Census estimates for 2025, census.gov, where this information was pulled from last night, which of these cities is estimated to have the largest current population? Oakland, Sacramento, or Las Vegas? Which city has estimated, according to the U.S. Census, to have currently the largest population in 2026?
Okay. I would think because there's so many. You would think Vegas would be the answer, but I think it's a trick question. I'm going to go with Sacramento. I know it's not Oakland.
I would have guessed Sacramento, too. And I would have been wrong with Mike.
Just go with your gut, Mike. Vegas. Vegas, the largest of the three. Vegas, the largest.
You got me in two.
Sacramento, the second largest. And Oakland, actually, the smallest estimated population of those three cities for the 2026 year, according to the U.S. Census. Mike, that did not go as well as any of us thought it would.
Well, Jason's happy, though.
Jason is happy. He's ready to peak for the Tournament of Champions, though, too. I think this is like his lead-in.
He's saving it. Mike, you got one.
The guy last week only had one entry, and he
right.
won.
All you need is one, and you got two. You got one question right, two of the possible four entries into the drawing for our Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf prize pack at the end of this week. Mike the Wedding DJ, especially without Jason here, always a pleasure. Our friend, thank you.
Love you guys, even you, Jason.
I love you guys.
I got a hunch that feeling's probably not mutual, but I could be wrong.
Scheduled to return to the show coming up next. Jason Wilde live in Green Bay. Matt LaFleur's press conference wrapping up by the hedges, which means that mandatory minicamp practice is about to get underway. Jason hosting the show live in Green Bay as the Packers get to their first minicamp practice of this summer. He is scheduled to return coming up next on Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and all summer long, you know what beverage you'll find in my hand when enjoying some time outdoors. That'll be the cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. At a baseball game in Milwaukee, grilling in the backyard, out on the golf course, every experience goes from good to great with a Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which besides the refreshing taste is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
ESPN Madison goes beyond the game. Join us for the Beyond the Game Coaches Panel on June 16th, featuring some of the most successful D1 college coaches in Wisconsin. Hear their unique stories, insights, and personalities during a moderated panel discussion followed by a live audience Q&A. Plus, admission is free. Join us Tuesday, June 16th at One Social Food Hall in Madison, starting at 6 p.m. Go to BeyondTheGameMadison.com for more information and to RSVP to this free event. That's BeyondTheGameMadison.com.
It starts with a spin, and suddenly, you're not just looking at a screen. You're looking at your winnings. But what would you do with them? Imagine a heavy-duty chromed-out 4x4 that doesn't just turn heads, it spins them. From imagination to celebration, what would you do with your winnings? Find out today at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Madison.
We ask and you answer. Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every weekday 4 to 6 and follow at Jim, Matt, Molly on X to vote in daily poll questions presented by Siding Unlimited. Trust Siding Unlimited with your next window and door project.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
This is our crew.
And a high fly ball deep right field. This ball's way back there. That one's off the scoreboard and over it and out of this ballpark.
Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tausch back with you. Sounded like trivia. The contestant did not get 2 of the 3 questions right, meaning he has 2 of the possible 4 entries into this week's drawing. But we wish him the best. Meanwhile, Matt LaFleur addressing reporters outside the Don Hudson Center. Very excited, as you might imagine, about getting Christian Watson's deal done and keeping him in the fold. Matt LaFleur saying how excited he was when he got the news. Tausch, what else is he going to say? I kind of think we overpaid him a little bit. I'm not sure that he's worth what we paid him.
No, I think these guys all are on the same page with guys that they're going to pay big money to and pay. And I think they all realize that Christian Watson's a really good talent, and he makes this offense different. He puts a lot of pressure on a defense, and to secure him and to know that he's going to be one of your guys for a long time, for at least 2 or 3 years. Again, he signed a 4-year deal, 5-year commitment. We don't know how that all shakes out. And this is always one of the things that I think is fun, is when the guys hear that, they celebrate, that you can kind of get a vibe of where someone's at within that locker room. And I'm guessing everybody in that locker room, even the receivers, are all looking at and then saying kudos and congrats to Christian Watson, because he's been through it. He's grinded through injuries. He's found a way to continue to be productive when he plays, and you want to see those guys get rewarded. It's a good story all in all.
Well, and I thought the phrase that stuck out to me, and I think to others, was when he said he embodies what we're all about. Tausch, you obviously, having played 11 years, and frankly, having been the kind of guy that I'm sure James Campen and Matt and Mike McCarthy and Mike Sherman would have said that about you as well. Like, look, you got to play, and you got to play at a high level. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a great teammate and a great leader and a great this and a great that, if you're a crummy player, right? But when you have someone who's like that and, as you just said, changes the dynamic of the offense when he's on the field, how valuable is that kind of guy to have, who can make big plays and be productive when he's healthy, but more importantly, or as importantly, be that guy in the locker room? I always go back to, he was the only guy who publicly took a supportive stance of Romeo Doubs, which was the much harder position to take, right? I mean, there were a lot of people that were really ticked off at him for not coming to work that week leading into the LA game a couple of years ago. And Watson was the only one who stepped out in front and took the opposite position. And to me, that's leadership. When you think about guys who were like that, who were guys that you think of during your playing career, and how much value do those guys have beyond what they do in terms of actual production?
You want to get really good football players that care. And I think, there's a big thing, the Packer folks and Packer people, because all of this stuff is important. We all get money is what drives everything. I understand that. That is 100% true. But in respect to all of the other things, show up on time. Care about your teammates. Care about what is going on. It can't just be, well, I got mine, and I'm going to go home. It has to mean more. And I think those are the guys that you want leading your locker room because that rubs off on other players. That model is then set in stone for everybody else to live up to. And that's why you need your best players to work harder, to be in the building more, to be watching extra film, to do all those things, and to be bringing the energy and the right mojo into your locker room. Those are the guys that will stick around a little bit longer, that maybe otherwise would have been let go. Those guys set your culture and set the direction of where you want to be as a football team, and that's why coaches like them, they trust them, and that's why they stick around a little bit longer, is because they help you win. And obviously the Packers view Christian Watson that way.
If you have enough of those guys, can you absorb some guys that aren't that way?
Yes.
Like you're gonna not everyone's gonna be that way, right?
And you don't want everybody. By the way, you want to have, and I know when we talk about the '96 team, you want to have some characters because nobody's gonna watch a sitcom with just a bunch of fudder-dudders or a bunch of yes men and a bunch of just Opie Taylors. You need to have a Barney Fife. You need to have an Otis the Drunk. Like if you're going to have a great show and you're going to have a great football team, you need to have some characters. I want to have guys that are a little bit loose and like, oh my gosh, what? It can't just be all about. It's you got to have a little bit of flavor. Vanilla ice cream's great. I love salty cow. There's times you need to mix it in a little bit. It can't just be the same thing. Now, you want to have your core, you want to have your base. But, yes, you need to have characters. You need to have different personalities to bring it all together. And you have to have that group that knows when it's the right time to do it and when it's not. And that's where your core players usually kind of fill it in.
The Packers are done with their stretch inside the Don Hudson Center. They have adjourned to the Ray Nitschke practice field for their first of 3 scheduled. I don't think they're going to take the third day off and do a team bonding thing. I know they played laser tag earlier in the offseason program, but maybe they will. But I think we're going to have 3 practices this week. Matt LaFleur had said last week that he wanted us to mimic a typical in-season week where today, even though today's Tuesday, it's like a Wednesday during a regular week. So go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as if they're Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Also, they play on 5 different weekdays out of 7. So he wants to do that as well, trying to get guys acclimated to different things. I want to talk a little bit about some of the other things he discussed, including I did ask him how exactly you practice finishing. And I'm still not sure I understand what exactly he views as practicing finishing, but he still thinks that's a very important thing to emphasize. We'll get into all that coming up. Want to remind you that if you haven't been listening to Bucks Plus on the Bucks Audio Network and Behind the Bucks presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant, the one that's narrated by Charlie Behrens, that's up right now, is actually really interesting. In the 80s, I was a kid growing up in Milwaukee. I remember when the Bucks took on the Soviet Union and they had the tournament at the Mecca. Like, it's a pretty cool thing to listen to. And if you haven't tuned in, you can do that now on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, which you can find on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, or wherever you get your podcast. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is our crew.
Thompson takes strike 3 called. Fastball right in there, 103 miles an hour. What a finish for Jacob Mizorowski.
Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, encouraging you to save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar. Well, it's summertime, and for many of us, that means more activities, more vacations, more time with our kids. and more money being spent on all of those things. So I know, like me, you're looking to save a few bucks. Why not save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar? Our family made the switch to solar, and we love it. But at first, we weren't even sure where to start. That's when we met the great team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more. Schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Steinhoffels. Shop Beauty Rest mattresses and get a free foundation or $500 off King adjustable base sets, plus a $20 gas card when you test rest a Beauty Rest Black. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. In 2026, Wisconsin women's hockey star Caroline K.K. Harvey won an Olympic gold medal, her third NCAA national championship, and now the AmFam Championship Celebrity Foursome with partner Andy North. Harvey reflected on her remarkable year over the weekend at the AmFam Championship.
Amazing teammates, coaches, staff. It takes a village to win gold, win a national championship, and I definitely had to pinch myself in the time that I've had off and really been able to reflect. I've been able to think about these experiences and just how grateful I've been for this year.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
The News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team is certified for delivering the most accurate forecasts in the entire state of Wisconsin. Morning meteorologist Savannah Brito.
When you're making plans, the weather often has other plans.
Evening meteorologist Blaze Keller.
At home, at work, or on the go, when we know, you'll know.
Chief meteorologist Alex Harrington.
Our team has the experience you can count on and the accuracy you can trust.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
It's the summer of suspense for Giannis and the Bucks.
Sources tell me the Milwaukee Bucks are fully open for business on trades and offers around Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Follow along right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Packers going through their first minicamp practice of what is scheduled to be 3 minicamp practices. Tausch, we talked to Goody. We talked to LaFleur before this practice. Still doing this outside thing, which is an interesting deal. We got some construction going on Armed Forces Way again, which is nice. But if there's one thing this offseason that I've been perplexed by, and you're the one who played in the NFL for 11 years, so I will defer to you. We've talked all the time.
Jonathan Gannon's introductory press conference.
That was the delay there. Matt LaFleur did say the offense is ahead of the defense, which is what you would expect considering that one side of the ball is getting a new system and a new coordinator. But this idea of finishing games, and LaFleur's brought it up a bunch, as you always have taught me, Tausch. If you hear players talking about it, you know that the messaging is getting through. I am here to tell you that messaging has definitely gotten through, because I heard a lot of it in the locker room last Tuesday and Wednesday. Players talking about, we're focused on finishing. So the messaging is getting through. My question is, and this is the question I asked Matt LaFleur, how exactly do you practice finishing? Like, how do you? And he kind of went into this thing about it's a mentality, and it's a every rep you're finishing that rep. And then he said they're gonna do a call it move the ball period here today during this practice, which will be 11 on 11, where they, it's kind of like a training camp practice where it'll function like it's not scripted. And then he said, really in training camp, where we'll see more of this practicing finishing. Is this just, we know we sucked at it, so we need to say that we need to be better at it? I still don't think I understand what exactly you can do to get better at that specific thing, other than maybe have your closer enter Sandman back on the field and healthy to close out games the way he was doing for you the first 12 weeks.
It's pretty simple. You go about finishing every drill. You finish everything that you're doing and just continue to pound that mantra in. And if I think one of the things you always look at is 2-minute drills. You could also do 4-minute drills. You finish every practice with a finishing drill, with something that will get in the mentality of, we're going to finish practice strong. It's not going to be a special teams where everybody's standing around, or you're going to look at it from a punch the ball out. You want to create turnovers. You do all those drills. Now you're going to focus, and I think make it competitive and make it where somebody wins and loses, and there's a punishment with it. Just continue to pound into the guys' heads that you have to finish every drill. And these moments at the end of practice, I think the best way to do it is 4-minute offense, 2-minute where it's offense, defense, and you have a winner and a loser to it. I think that is one of the ways that you do it. There's also, if you're going to do special teams, making kicks. You have to block a kick. All of that is kind of just getting the mentality of, we have to get better. You always will. The goal of coaching is, when you're emphasizing something, you get those results, because you can't. And that, to me, we saw how the Green Bay Packers finished the season. We saw how they finished the playoff game, and those things aren't acceptable. So you can't just sit there and say, it can't just be about words. It has to be about putting it out on, taking it from the paper and putting it on the field, and then letting those drills continue to pound into these guys' heads, so that when they're flashing the 4 sign up for fourth quarter and for finishing, it's that you get back to that muscle memory. That would be how I would describe it.
So it really is a mentality. Then do you feel like they lacked that mentality last year? Like, I don't know, who do we blame for the way they finished that game against Cleveland early in the season? Right? Like, who's like
Matt LaFleur.
Jordan Love throws a pass he shouldn't have thrown.
LaFleur. That was right. You didn't trust that you could run the football and get a first down, and you didn't trust that your defense would hold up and make a play. You always want to put the gas down. You want to go, but Cleveland's offense stunk that day. You have your defense ready to go out. All they had to do is punt the football, shut it down, and you're going to win that football game. They didn't. So that also goes to coaching and how you approach it.
Right.
Last year, you just needed someone to make a play, get a first down. You can't go 3 and out that many times in the second half. That puts, everybody can say the defense gave up 25 points. Well, the defense continued to have to go out on the field. This is a complementary game. And for the offense to, struggle as badly as it did in that half, obviously dictated how the defense was going to go about its business. And then they're getting tired. And then the Bears offense gets into a rhythm and a flow, and it gets to be a lot harder to slow that momentum train down. Everybody has to hold up their end of the donkey on that. And when nobody does, that's when you collapse and you lose games. And so everybody has to share in it, because it's not just go pick up 2 first downs. It can also be, well, go make a play on defense. And that's why I always fought the overtime rules for so long, because it's not just, it's not fair, it's not this. Football is inherently a game where everybody needs to chip in and do their side of it. Some weeks it's going to be easier to do than others. It's a heck of a lot easier for the Packers defense to shut down the Cleveland Browns than it would be the Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. And we saw that in, back-to-back weeks, where then Dallas puts a bunch of points, and Green Bay's offense answers the bell. Now, it ended up in a tie. That's the beauty of football. Understanding what is needed of you to do to win a game. It doesn't always need to be the prettiest. That's why I always say never apologize for winning, because it's blanking hard. And you have to figure out what your formula is that week. Every week stands on its own, and you hope that both sides of the football and special teams are strong, that all 3 will win. But the odds are your best needs to be better than theirs. And if that's the case, you win more football than you don't.
Josh Jacobs going through practice. Matt LaFleur spoke about him a little bit earlier, about just how he's been around the team. And last week, obviously, he made the comment about business as usual. He just continues to work. We still do not have any further information from the Brown County District Attorney's office on where that case stands. The running back's going through drills a little close by where I'm standing. And I just can't help the helicoptering, Tausch, where they're doing a drill where they run toward Ben Sermons and then cut on a dime to get away from him like he's a tackler. And Marshawn Lloyd's foot slips on the turf. And immediately my first thought is, oh, God. But he's okay. He continues to go through that drill. But as Matt LaFleur talked about earlier, he will be on a modified schedule as they try to get him to get to a point where they can just let him loose. We'll see if he does 11 on 11 today. He did not do it in the first OTA we attended. He did do it last week in 11 on 11. So we'll see what kind of workload he has today in the first practice of minicamp. We'll have more during the 11 o'clock hour, including some interesting power rankings, and Rob Domofsky's, Jesse, help me out with this, player that is most worth watching during the mini camp.
Most intriguing question about the teams practicing is what the NFL Nation reporters were asked. What's the most intriguing question about the teams you're observing?
We'll get to both those things during the 11 o'clock hour before we get to Wonelli. That's all still ahead. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
This is Wisconsin Volleyball National Champion Devin Robinson. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison, and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Live streaming of your favorite ESPN Wisconsin shows. Easy access to ESPN Madison on YouTube and daily podcasts so you don't ever miss a second. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. You might just be waking up if you stayed up like me to the end of the Brewers game last night out in Las Vegas. The Brewers win it in 12 innings, 15-14 over the Athletics.
perhaps the wildest game you'll see all season long. The Milwaukee Brewers were trailing 10-8, already a crazy game, going into the 9th inning. They score 2 to tie it in the top of the 9th. We go to the 10th. The Brewers score 4 in the top of the inning. The Athletics score 4 in the bottom of the inning. We keep playing. Ultimately, the Brewers win it in 12, 15-14. 11 combined home runs between the two teams. 34 total hits between the two teams. And ultimately, the Brewers win it, and they're now 18 games over 500. What could tonight have in store in Vegas? Brewers Athletics, 9:05 first pitch on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. How's my golf announcer voice? I'm trying to be a little upbeat while still keeping it down as people work through their on-field and sideline work over here at Ray Nitschke Field.
Why is it so quiet? Why isn't there any music?
I'm standing far away from the speaker, closer to the construction, though, which continues obnoxiously. Tausch, a couple things that I wanted to get to before. First of all, some housekeeping. A couple of players who are not practicing today. Aaron Banks. Now, again, not sure what that may or may not entail. But after what he dealt with last season with a back and a knee and an ankle, and how much this offensive line is counting on him, not great to see him not participating. Also, Warren Brinson and Javon Hargrave, Packers' 33-year-old defensive tackle that had his best years with Jonathan Gannon in Philadelphia, also not taking part today. Also, Christian Watson going through everything and with his new contract, and Keyshawn Nixon going through everything.
Why is he holding his contract when he's going through drills?
He's working on one-handed catches.
Oh.
So you hold the paperwork in one hand.
Super interesting.
Yeah. So is
it scrolled? Is it scrolled, or how is he just holding it like a regular piece of paper?
Like a Dead Sea Scrolls. Yeah, it's on one of those. You know what it's on? It's one of those. Remember when you were in high school and they had newspapers that were on those like poles?
Yeah.
It's one of those.
I like that.
Interesting. They'd be carrying it around the field. All right. Jesse, you mentioned these power rankings. I'm curious to know more.
You sound surprised. When you talked to Keyshawn Nixon last week, did you ask him anything about that?
I did not discuss it with him on the record, no.
Did you off the record?
I did not discuss it with him on the record, no.
Do you believe that he will be at training camp fully practicing if he does not get a new contract? Not from any source. Do you believe he is going to do you believe he's playing this season out with that deal?
I cannot say that with any degree of high confidence. I am still intrigued by that scenario and still am skeptical that is it's just happy-go-lucky, all is well, all is right with the world. And
so are you surprised he's here today?
No, I'm not surprised, but because as you and I have talked about many times, and again, there's danger every time you step on a football field of injury. Like this is just because it's non-contact and it's shorts and jerseys and helmets does not mean that you're not putting yourself at some level of risk. There are plenty of guys that go through this and get through it fully healthy, and there's also guys that unfortunately they slip and they suffer an injury. So hopefully that doesn't happen to anybody here. But I would think that in the risk management realm, you probably look at this as, okay, I can do this and collect my workout bonus, get through the mini camp, and I'll be off with a next week when they have just the young guys here, and then we'll see where things stand when we come back for training camp. I would think that would be the approach that he would take, but I think he probably, and again, this was, and I'm being 100% transparent and serious here, at no point did he say, well, it didn't really help Elton at all, so I just decided not to do that sort of thing. But I do think it's hard not to look at what happened with Elton Jenkins and say, well, you can do that if you want, but it's not going to help you at all, right? So again, I'm not willing to say, yeah, he's just going to play it out, because I don't think I can say that with any certainty. But do I think it will more likely end up being that the Packers don't do anything for him, regardless of what he may or may not do?
Well, the Packers aren't going to initiate anything. I'm asking, Jesse, can you summarize what we just heard right there?
I have no idea.
That was a hell of a filibuster. I'll tell you what. Because I was listening and I'm like, all right, what is? So yeah or no? I couldn't quite figure it out.
Jason,
So
what would you like to say about Keyshawn Nixon publicly?
I would like to text Tausch what he actually said to me, since I can't say
well,
it
I mean, we're talking about
on the air.
We're on a radio show here. You're doing what can
Right,
you
but
say about
off
Keyshawn?
the
Here's
record
the deal, and
means
I know
off the record.
that Jason has to protect. I get all that. I understand it. I respect that. I have been pretty steadfast in understanding how this whole game works. I'm not always right, but I do know when you're going into the last year of deal and you feel like you've been underpaid for a couple of years, you're going to be very hesitant to just do whatever. You have to strategically try to figure out what is best. And the way the Packers approached the offseason at that spot, they obviously went and picked up the 30-year-old from the Chargers.
Benjamin St.
Juste. And then Cisse is a young drafted pick, second-round pick.
20 years old.
Yeah, and they're going to be very high on him. Jason's obviously in love with this Alabama cat that everybody's
really
excited about
practiced.
too. Well, you love him because you wrote a story about him, and I think you're hoping that story comes to fruition, which I get. If Keyshawn Nixon has leverage, and I don't want to get back into the Joe Douglas debates,
pick swap,
he's going to use it. And if he is going to be the number one corner and he's out there in August, I don't see how he's going to play for $4 million as the number one corner in the last year of his
Okay,
deal.
so let me ask you this.
That's what I would say. And that's without any – I have not talked to Keyshawn. I haven't seen Jason's, so I don't know all of that. But I just – that's the way I feel he's going to handle it. Could be wrong.
So let me ask you this then. He did see, obviously, we all did, what Elton Jenkins tried to do last year. And by the way, he certainly had a measure of leverage, right? They had reconfigured their offensive line and moved him to center as part of that leverage. And what did it do for him? All it basically did was kept him from getting the work in that might have at least given him a better chance of succeeding last season when he moved to center. Like he was, again, the quote of the year, which was one that Zach Tom later said the same thing about his play, was I played like expletive. So if I'm Keyshawn Nixon, what are my options? And this is the worst thing. Like it's the whole, you have to withhold your services by holding in. You have to be here. And you have to pretend that your arm hurts, like Rodney Dangerfield,
or your back is
in
tight.
Caddyshack, right? And so, like,
which, by the way, worked pretty well for Micah.
It did, no doubt, it did. That worked. But again, is Keyshawn to the level of Micah?
No, he is not.
Like, if he called you instead of talking to me in the locker room?
But if Keyshawn Nixon is the number one corner, and he's going to be the number one corner. If they don't feel like they can replace him with someone up to the same standard, Because I think the Elton Jenkins scenario, the Packers kind of, they held it. They held strong.
Do you think they feel like they could be fine if they had to play those other guys?
I do feel like that. And that's why I don't know where Keyshawn's head's at on it. And that's why I'm curious what his approach is going to be.
If you were Goody and you wanted to
sprinkle, throw some sprinkles at him.
What kind of sprinkling would you do?
In-game bonuses that you could, maybe a couple $100,000, throw him a couple $1,000,000 that he could earn on top of it to keep him satiated for the year, and then let him go after the season. Or you could, if you feel like he has 2 or 3 really good years left as that number 1/number 2 corner, you could sprinkle a little something, give him a below-market deal, but more money than what he's making this year. And if he is not on board with either of those, you say, well, here you go. Play it out and go. Good luck to you. But then you have disgruntlement. And obviously we know the Packers are not interested in a bunch of disgruntlement. But at some point, I don't care how good of a manager you are, 53 dudes that have 53 agendas, there's going to be disgruntlement. It's whether you contain that disgruntlement and it doesn't affect your play. And hopefully guys are professional enough to know me being disgruntled is not going to help me get paid. That's the trick to this whole deal.
Okay, so he's in one category. Where do you put Tucker Kraft in that same? He's in a different boat, but
Tucker
he's in the
Kraft
same
is going to get a
body of water
contract, but he will not have the top end guarantees that most of these tight ends get. His contract will be bigger than what it'll be less than Christian Watson's deal overall, but it'll be very close, I would think, and should have more. The Packers view him in a lot different way. They need him. They want him. He wants them. That deal gets done before training camp.
So, and if there are sticking points and it doesn't, and he calls you and says, "Hey, Tausch, I really appreciate. I'm really sorry that I took the easy way out on voting on the barbecue thing at the Thunder Trio last year. I hold you in very high regard and have a lot of respect for you and your wisdom from your 11 years in the NFL. It doesn't look like this deal is going to be done for the start of camp. Or should I practice? What should I do?"
Boy, I think you practice. Because I think the Packers have shown you enough good faith that this deal is going to get done.
Jordan loved him, though, right? And they showed him good faith.
Tucker, with his injury, could probably, work on the side, do some individual stuff, and nothing team. That's probably what your recommendation would be. Just go about your business. You're not going to do any team, but I don't think they're going to have him doing a bunch of team stuff early anyway.
I wouldn't think so. Right.
So the easy solution is I'm going to be there. I'm going to be part of it. I'm going to do all this, but I'm not going to do any 11-on-11 stuff until things get situated. That's probably how you handle it. I just view both of those scenarios completely different. Obviously, Keyshawn's older. Tucker showed he is a top-tier tight end, and the Packers are going to be more than happy to pay him and keep him in the fold because of his leadership and because of his talent.
Again, to be worrisome beat writer guy that are looking at Marshawn Lloyd's right foot. They're he's getting a shoe back on. So
you worry a lot.
I do.
But why do you worry about these guys? I understand worrying about your kids.
Might just have a pebble in his shoe.
It's not the same.
Spat his ankle up or something.
Yeah, it's not the same type of worrying that I would worry about my kids. But this is a guy he is in the bad luck Hall of Fame. I've never seen anybody like this. So it looks like he's getting his shoe back on. He's going to go back in. But he's just that guy. It's kind of like when, talk about Christian Watson. You're telling me that every time he goes down hard in a game, people aren't wondering, oh my God, is he going to get up? I think there's a lot of people that look at him that way. And
I do that.
Right. Exactly. That's all. I'm not going home. And when I say my prayers at night, I could, I suppose, include Marshawn Lloyd, but I haven't been. But maybe I'll start. All right. I want to get to Rob Domowski's storyline, and I want to get to these power rankings that Jesse has lined up. We'll do that as the construction zone outside of Ray Nitschke Field continues. And I tell you, about Associated Bank. And look, I tell you about their Brewers checking, which is phenomenal all the time, right? All the great perks. You know, you get pre-sale access to concerts and non-baseball events. You get 20% off the Brewers team store. You get to go in the American Family Insurance Associated Bank gate, so you get tailgate a little bit longer. But, oh, by the way, they're also the official bank of these guys, the Green Bay Packers, and you can get Packers checking, which comes with all kinds of great perks as well. And Packers season is right around the corner. And by the way, when you go to games, you know, the tickets aren't getting any cheaper. But when you go to the concession stand and you pay with your Associated Bank Packers card, you're actually going to save on that too. So there's all kinds of great perks. Go to associatedbank.com/Packers to find out more about the Packers perks, /Brewers to find out more about the Brewers perks. Associated Bank, the one thing you know for sure, great customer service, tops in the industry. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just a priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and Southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and take it from me, the best game nights start with pizza. Try the new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, featuring crispy baked Parmesan on the crust for a golden cheesy crunch in every bite. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping crispy Parm Pan for just $10, or make it a large for just $3 more. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to order and find more great deals. The new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, available now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
ESPN Madison goes beyond the game. Join us for the Beyond the Game Coaches Panel on June 16th, featuring some of the most successful D1 college coaches in Wisconsin. Hear their unique stories, insights, and personalities during a moderated panel discussion followed by a live audience Q&A. Plus, admission is free. Join us Tuesday, June 16th at One Social Food Hall in Madison, starting at 6 p.m. Go to BeyondTheGameMadison.com for more information and to RSVP to this free event. That's BeyondTheGameMadison.com.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit everlightroofing.com to get started today. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Hey parents, looking for the perfect night out with the whole fam? Try the Rally Madison FC Family Special, presented by Madison Gas and Electric. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an RMFC scarf for just $18 per pack. Be a part of history and support women's soccer during Rally Madison's inaugural season at Breeze Stevens Field. Visit RallyMadisonFC.com and purchase your family special ticket packs today. That's RallyMadisonFC.com. Rally Madison. Fun for all.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
So, apparently, when I left the program, I had not looked at this week's Steinhoffel's Sleeper of the Decade, Blue. And I wish I had, because I take some responsibility here. But it's my understanding, Jesse, please correct me if I'm wrong, that there was some controversy that spilled out during that portion of the program.
Tausch can fill you in.
I'll tell you how this played out. So I saw the clip on the digital screen here all show, and I thought, okay, I know who this is, and I didn't read it all the way through. I just saw the quote that Homer, I don't know anything about him, but I like everything about him, so I immediately knew who it was. Then we did it while you were down at LaFleur's press conference. And I said to Jesse, I said, well, it's not a defensive lineman. So I thought he just screwed that part of it up. And he goes, oh, no, yeah, super confident. Yes, I was.
Pro Football Reference.
I said, no, it's not.
Lineman.
And then Tony Cartagena is texting me, and he's like, well, who do you think it is? And I actually flashed Jesse the number of the person that I thought, like an old Martin Van Buren episode on Seinfeld. I gave him the sign. And then he started, I could see his face got a little pale. But he doubled down because he's like, oh, you don't know anything.
I looked it up. I remember
don't know
this.
Anything. Pro football, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, whatever. If you're that confident about it, I'm not always right. And I will fully admit when I'm wrong. Okay? Well, I know I do. You can say I don't, but I do. And in this case, pretty confident that I remember this quote. And I didn't even actually remember. I had to look up his name. I just remembered his number. Don't know why.
44.
Well, I didn't know we could say that out loud because the contest is still
tread
going.
Carefully. We got some stuff to figure out
because
here.
it was so funny, and it was really apropos about Homer. And then Jesse said, well, everybody else is knowing who it is. And I'm like, that doesn't mean it's right. And I was steadfastly saying I'm right about it. And then when he called and told you, and you said the same thing I did, then I'm 100% know I'm right.
Yeah.
So, Jesse,
well, there's been another development.
Oh, there's another development.
There is, yes. So I went back to the Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed to see if there was any trace of when Homer said this clip. Again, one of the legendary quotes of Wilde and Tausch history. I don't know anything about him, but I like everything about him. I could not find any trace of that on our social media platforms.
Because I think he said it on his show to me, and then I brought it up on our show.
I was pretty sure he said it in his appearance on this show, because I remember it like laughing out loud as he said it. Point, I guess I shouldn't be the one who says I remember anything, because
very clearly you remember it.
I still thought you guys might not remember this, right? Because the two players that were getting confused here share similar first names. And so I texted Homer. I went straight to the source. I said, Homer, who'd you say this about? This guy or this guy?
These all sound like things you should have done before you chose this player.
I never thought that I had this wrong.
Why didn't you just call Homer? Why didn't you just call Homer and have him say it live instead of trying to?
Because Jesse's trying to save this as still.
Oh, I know he is. He knows he's wrong
now.
now.
The contest goes until noon. It's a great, $500 Steinhoffel's gift card. They're the presenting partner of our Wilde and Tausch 10th anniversary.
Probably should have done a better job of doing right by them. Yeah.
So, Homer made it 3 for 3.
Oh, God.
Homer says
why you had to add that part of it still is befuddling to me.
And by the way, 4 for 4. Like, because I think Tony knew it too.
Now, Tony wasn't even on the show anymore when this happened.
He still listens.
Tony, he's just next in line trying to make sure I'm wrong about everything all the time. And you know what? A lot of people are writing that line, so that's fine. So here's the deal.
Oh boy,
I love the here's the deal. That bratwurst was cooked.
We have
fully cooked.
We have
Could not have been poisonous.
We have two options with how we would like to proceed with this week's Steinhoffel sleeper of the last 10 years.
Wait a minute. Say the part that you said to me while we were discussing
I don't even remember. I'm panicking.
You said, and I quote, I was wrong. Which I've not heard you say yet on the air.
All right. Thanks, Jason. Yes, fellas. Yes, fans. Yes, Steinhoffels. I was wrong. The player who this clue alludes to in part one of it is not the same player that Homer said this quote about.
Oh, boy.
There are two different players indicated in this clue. So, we have two options with how to proceed. Option number one is we nullify the contest today and we run it back with a totally different player tomorrow and we pretend like this never happened. Option two is we accept answers saying both players' names in question, and they all go into the drawing where we draw one at random that becomes our winner of the $500 Steinhoffels gift card.
What's more difficult for you?
Accepting both names. Definitely. Both, I think, are solid options. We would do justice for everyone who either guessed correctly or incorrectly, or in this case, guessed both names, potentially.
There were some people that submitted both names. A lot of respect for them.
If you're submitting guesses, you can only submit one guess because I can go back and look. But if, this is an issue now because we have the wrong name. So, fellas, let's clear this up right now. What do we want to do? We got 30 minutes till this contest ends today.
Carl Brooks dropping into coverage and deflecting a Jordan Love pass intended for Jaden Reed. Nifty play by
nice job,
Carl. Carl Brooks.
All right.
Also wearing your old Podna, Frankie Bag of Donuts Winters, number 52, Jagger Burton. Remember last week when he was working at right guard sometimes with the ones?
Yeah.
Well, with Aaron Banks not practicing today, he's working with the ones in his spot at left guard. So the rookie fifth-round pick out of Kentucky getting some first-team reps for the second straight week that we have watched him. Now, I have bought you both time to debate internally. What are we going to do here?
Whatever makes, as a punishment for you being wrong, whatever you think is going to be the most work for you is what you need to do.
By far the most work for me would be to accept both players' names as correct answers and to go through and then
there's the answer,
divvy it up.
And I want a formal apology to me.
Is he playing chess when the rest of us are playing checkers, though?
How so?
Because to me, the more work would be to come up with another player and properly vet the player.
Our fans have responded. I don't know how many have been right or wrong, depending on how you look at it.
There were, hundreds of correct responses last week to our Steinhoffel Sleeper of the Decade. I've seen them rolling in.
Twice as many this week because it could be two different players you could have answered.
Before this controversy, there were a bunch with the correct name as intended that were coming in. And then after Tausch called it out, suddenly I started seeing the other name coming in quite a bit. And now we've got a good handful of both. So I think the right thing to do here, even though it's more work for me, is to accept both as the correct answer and give everybody who submitted one name or the other equal opportunity to be selected as our random winner.
I agree. I'm on board now. My next question. How do you plan on doing this moving forward so we don't have a rerun of this egregious error?
Do you try to do this? Because is this your shtick that you constantly want? Because I know you have a lot of trivia's 3 questions, 5. That's 15 questions a week. It just seems like this happens an inordinate amount of times.
When you're
with the internet at your disposal and AI and all of the things that you have, it's crazy to me. you keep pushing the
much
envelope,
stuff to get wrong?
trying to show that you know so much. And I think it's time to come to grips that you just don't. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Tausch. Yeah, that was.
I think it's time you come to grips.
Hard
that
to miss.
You just don't.
It's almost as legendary a quote as what Homer said about one of two potential players.
It's not one of two. It's one of one. You decided you wanted to get two people involved in a trivia contest.
God is my witness. I thought he said it about the guy I originally intended the question to be part of. This was, I did not think to double check this with anybody because I just thought I knew it as fact. It was just something that I didn't think needed to be checked because it just was in the lore of Wilde and Tausch history. And it turns out I misremembered the player that Homer said this about. I apologize to you, Tausch, for first recognizing this. I apologize to everybody for messing this up, especially our great partner, Steinhoffels. We're going to have one winner still, $500 gift card from both entries that fans have sent in. We'll unveil who those players' names are at the end of the show and hopefully never relive this experience.
Wait, so are we giving away a $500 gift card every single week?
Every week during our 10-year anniversary celebration this summer.
First of all, we got to give more love to Steinhoffels because that's incredible that they're doing that.
It's an amazing prize.
Secondly, if the stakes are that high, in the immortal words of not Bob Moore, but the other great American orator, Mark Tauscher, Jesse Nelson, get your blank together. Like we can't have these kind of mistakes. The stakes are too high. We got to finish.
Yeah. This is a blemish. So what we will do is I will make sure we have checks and balances in place each week, as we did last week with our original Steinhoffel sleeper of the decade. I will make sure that I send this over and have a second pair of eyes and a third pair of eyes from the panel here to make sure that we're all good to go each week before we post this on Tuesday mornings. Because I cannot be trusted.
It's got to be exhausting being you.
It is.
Not as exhausting as it is being us.
Thanks to Steinhoffels for their support of Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary all summer long.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, so you got that solution. You got it figured out.
We got it figured out. We will unveil the two names that are potentially in the mix here at the end of the show.
And if better sleep is on your to-do list so you don't make mistakes like Jesse does, now is the time to save on a Beauty Rest mattress at Steinhoffels. Jesse, I'm over-delivering for them because you definitely under-delivered for them so far today. For a limited time, get a free foundation or $500 instant savings when you purchase a King adjustable base set. And then if you win the $500 gift card, you're saving $1,000 right there. So good luck to you if you have gotten the sleeper correct, and it's apparently one of two players. Plus, with Steinhoffel's 60-month financing, Queen Beauty Rest mattresses start at just $32 a month. And when you stop in to test rest a Beauty Rest Black mattress, you'll also score a $20 gas card. Shop Steinhoffels in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Wisconsin's mattress leader. Relax. It's Steinhoffels.
Chris
could relax by you.
Chris in the YouTube comments asks if 565 Analytics is still around and if they would be willing to return to provide some checks and balances.
Yeah, we had kind of an ugly split. That's something to have a conversation with Geriad and the Klinkster
ugly
about.
Split? You just fired him for no reason.
It wasn't not fire. It wasn't for no reason.
A company went under.
It was tough. We had to make some tough decisions.
And no source of income.
So I'll let you leave that up to if Geriad and Klinkster are interested in helping you. I'm more than happy to let that occur.
Wow. We're all coming back together. Jesse will continue to do his penance. Packers will continue practice, and we will do Whoa Nelly next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella's certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott Garrett and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary. Presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
Ben Bruss here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owns. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
May was huge, but June is even bigger at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's because our Stack for Summer prizes keep growing. Be here all month as we give away a total of $180,000 in cash, including 30 winners, each taking home $1,000. And on Friday, June 12th, one winner receives a whopping $50,000. Then on Friday, June 26th, one grand prize winner lands the big one, $100,000. Keep stacking the wins at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
This is our crew.
Your money? You know what else? You're a big winner tonight.
He took a rip and he drilled it high and deep into the night. Watch it fly. Goodbye.
Madison's home of the Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
Couple of quick updates before we get to Wall Nelly. One, Tier 1 Tyler has now chimed in. How many children does he have now, Jesse?
He's up to 3. Up to 3.
So he's got 3
Yeah.
kids. He's got a full-time actual job. He is a supportive friend and listener to the show.
He's in a golf league on Wednesdays that I haven't been invited to be in a while.
He's got a lot more on his plate than you do, and yet he is offering to take the reins of this project if you are going to struggle like you did today. So it takes a village, and we appreciate everyone that's willing to help Jesse out because his incompetence.
I appreciate Tier 1 Tyler offering, but out of this T1T, I got this.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Secondly, quickly before Wonelli, Lucas Van Ness has had. I'm watching the team period, and he has been in the backfield a lot. Tausch as an offensive lineman, though, and he's going against Jordan Morgan right now, who stoned him. How much, if anything, should I take from Lucas Van Ness looking pretty good in a minicamp, shorts, helmets, and jerseys, pass rush, 11-on-11 period, sir?
Well, I don't know what the tempo is and what they're, but
it's legit tempo.
Yeah, you should not be. I mean, obviously that's a good thing for Lucas. It's probably not a good thing for whoever he's going against.
He's gone against a few people. He's moved around, but he has looked pretty good during these last couple of 11-on-11 periods. Speaking of looking good, Jesse's looked good all show, and it's time now for Wonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Wonelli
on Wilde and Tausch.
You want to talk about the Knicks, or do you want to talk about the power rankings list that I found over at ESPN.com?
Save those for tomorrow. Let's do those in Domofsky's storyline pick for tomorrow. Let's talk about the Knicks.
We rooting for the Knicks?
No.
I'm over them. I want the Spurs to win.
Why?
New York is very full of itself. And that has never been more evident than in the last, 4 days.
This feels like something you know a thing or two about.
Yeah. The amount of, the Knicks got to, Good Morning America, ESPN, celebrities everywhere.
I've learned a lesson because I've always been a fan of long-suffering fan bases, fighting and scrapping. I pulled for the Red Sox to beat the Bambino curse. I pulled for the Cubs to get rid of that curse because it's been so long. I've learned a lesson. I was wrong about the Cubs. I should have wanted to see them continue to suffer. With New York, I think because, I'll say this, the intrigue just within my own family is higher than I thought it would be of this series. Now, Wemby is the needle mover for us, but no, I'm with you. I don't want to see New York win. I think it's better for sports to continue to have that storyline, and then you get a very smug, arrogant fan base feeling too good about themselves. I kind of like the let's keep them suffering a little bit. So I've changed my tune. I've learned my lesson from 10 years ago. Been doing this show 10 years. Lessons learned. No go for me rooting for the Knicks.
Jason?
Do you regret being pro Red Sox or no? That one you're okay with, or
no? I'd rather see them still struggling.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad to see you're there. I was the same way. I am not above admitting that I was the same way about the Cubs, and I was wrong too. That was an error of epic proportions. The hype around the Knicks is just not something that I've enjoyed. I've been pulling for the Spurs from the jump, and then they got down 2-0 on their home court. And now they got the win yesterday at Madison Square Garden, where Tausch was doing the show from yesterday as well, oddly enough, to make it 2-1. No, I am pro Spurs.
Got all 18 holes in yesterday, too.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Didn't win, I assume. We would have heard about it if you won.
Second place. Somebody, I'm not going to say anybody did anything nefarious. We hit some bomb putts. We were 15 under for 18 holes, which is pretty incredible. We had 10 mulligans. We had 10 mulligans.
Oh, is this that tournament where you bought all the mulligans last
mulligans?
year?
You support the cause by buying mulligans. There was a group that, I'm not going to say claimed, they posted 18 under for 18 holes.
How many mulligans did they use?
I don't know. We always stick to 10 because otherwise, and it was a fast-moving, They wisely said, let's just do 9 holes in case the rain comes so then we can still have a winner. And Vortex had another great gift for the first place team. And much to my non-chagrin, second place got nothing. Nothing.
What?
And I'm all right with that.
If you're not first, you're last.
I agreed. Yep. But our team put the same score together that we did last year. Gurn didn't play as good, and I actually screwed up. I went down. I played a great course in Kohler last week when I was down doing the show, and I put my clubs in a lighter bag because caddies appreciate that. And then I was going to switch them back into my other bag to go play yesterday, and I kind of did, but I didn't. I get out on the course, and I was a little rushed because I got to the course late yesterday to set up the video that I thought was really well executed.
No doubt.
Very well, yeah.
I go out, we have 80 or 90 yards in on the first hole, and I don't have any of my wedges.
Oh, no.
I thought I left them at the crib. Turns out I left them in my Chevy Tahoe from Zimbrick Chevy.
Which was parked in the parking lot?
Yes, but I didn't know that because then I started thinking, when did I put them in? And I thought I put them in the other bag, and then I thought, As I put my clubs away 4.5 hours later in my car, there's the 2 wedges sitting in my car. Would that have made a difference? The answer is no, because this little 9-iron knockdown that I got was dynamite yesterday. Boy, I hit a lot of good putts, too. Not driving it very long anymore, but putted really well.
9-iron knockdown.
Knockdown 9er.
Yep. So whose fault is it that you lost?
We're not putting any blame on anybody. We shot the same score that our championship team shot last year, and Clussy wasn't there. Our scratch golfer wasn't even there.
Yeah.
We mishmashed together a pretty good little squad, and I got to give Nate from Gordon Flesh a big set of props. Man, did he putt and play great golf yesterday. That's as good. He took on the leadership role that the 2 guys that left usually lead.
The void. Mm-hmm.
And he was dynamite, and I feel bad for him because he put everything on the table. We should have been good enough to win, but we didn't. So kudos to you, Nate.
Do you think the winning
Gurney
team
didn't play
cheated?
great. And he also told me we talked too much about him on the show yesterday. And if we're
Jern.
So I'm going to talk more about him
because
he's uncomfortable. So Jern did not have his best yesterday, and did that hurt us? Probably a little bit.
So you got after me for my fiddling and diddling about Keyshawn Nixon. By the way, great touchdown catch by a tight end not named Tucker Kraft, Josh Wiley, one-handed while being pushed out of the back of the end zone by Zaire Franklin on a throw from Jordan Love in red zone. Do you think
pretty
the
good
other team
finish
cheated?
there by the offense? Not so
they're
much
still
by the
going.
defense.
There's just one play, but yeah. Do you think they cheated? Are you willing to say on the record that you think there was malfeasance and cheating that went on?
I am not
by the other team.
No,
okay,
I am
because
not.
you intimated it,
but
you
off the
implied
record.
it.
No.
What about off the record?
Tell us all the things you won't say.
Do I think that I don't know the group? I don't know the group, so I can't say that. There's a couple of other groups. Jocko was out there. Jocko's at this event every year.
Jocko wouldn't cheat.
Nope, he played it straight. We beat their group by a couple. That's a solid squad that we're always kind of looking at. But it'll be a year with no title. So
it was a year without a championship for Tausch's golf crew. All right. We need to wrap things up with our clip of the day.
Can't wait to reveal who our Steinhoffel sleeper of the decade is.
Oh, we gotta come to grips with who the actual answer is as well.
2 answers we'll accept. The clock is ticking. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
You, rah, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by The Jump Around. Don't miss new episodes of this exclusive digital show talking all things Wisconsin sports. New episodes debut Thursdays at 12:30, streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. In 2026, Wisconsin women's hockey star Caroline K.K. Harvey won an Olympic gold medal, her third NCAA national championship, and now the AmFam Championship Celebrity Foursome with partner Andy North. Harvey reflected on her remarkable year over the weekend at the AmFam Championship.
Amazing teammates, coaches, staff. It takes a village to win gold, win a national championship, and I definitely had to pinch myself in the time that I've had off and really been able to reflect. I've been able to think about these experiences and just how grateful I've been for this year.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance. Because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
ESPN Madison goes beyond the game. Join us for the Beyond the Game Coaches Panel on June 16th, featuring some of the most successful D1 college coaches in Wisconsin. Hear their unique stories, insights, and personalities during a moderated panel discussion followed by a live audience Q&A. Plus, admission is free. Join us Tuesday, June 16th at One Social Food Hall in Madison, starting at 6 p.m. Go to BeyondTheGameMadison.com for more information and to RSVP to this free event. That's BeyondTheGameMadison.com.
Hi, it's Dave from Canopy Wealth Management. Many people are balancing retirement planning, college costs, and caring for aging parents, often all at once. With extensive experience, the Canopy team has helped others navigate these same challenges and can be a trusted thought partner as you prioritize what matters most. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
Hey, sports fans, the ESPN app has all of ESPN all in one place. The ESPN app is your home to thousands of live events, ESPN shows, and originals across every ESPN network in service. And now you can check if you already have ESPN Unlimited as part of your TV package for no additional cost. Visit activate.espn.com to learn how to access your account or sign up, then start streaming in the ESPN app. It's all of ESPN all in one place. Sign up or activate now.
It's the summer of suspense for Giannis and the Bucks.
So sometime over the next 6 or 7 weeks, we'll decide whether Giannis is going to sign a max contract and stay with us, or he's going to play somewhere else.
Follow along right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Amid today's self-inflicted controversy, let's unveil the correct and apparently plural answers for the Steinhopfel Sleeper of the Decade.
All right, sleepyheads, wakey, wakey.
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
Rise and shine. It's this week's Steinhopfel's Sleeper of the last 10 years.
All right, once again, big thanks to Steinhopfel's. Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary celebration is presented by Steinhopfel's. The Steinhoffel Sleepers of the last 10 years. Amid controversy, the clue was this defensive lineman spent 4 seasons in Green Bay, including making 10 starts in 2019. If you answered based on that portion of the clue, Tyler Lancaster, you are correct. That is who I believed Homer said when discussing him on Wilde and Tausch. Quote, I don't know anything about him, but I like everything about him. That was actually said about Ty Summers. So both Tyler Lancaster and Ty Summers count as correct answers.
Ty Cobb.
In today's Steinhoffel Sleepers of the last 10 years.
Well, we also accept
Tyrone
Dean
Williams.
Lowry. Jesse. Okay.
This is a bad one. Hand up. My mistake. This was a bad one. Of all, with a $500 gift card on the line, of all the bad ones I've had, this one might take the cake of all the bad ones I've ever had.
Yeah. Well,
my
we
bad.
appreciate Steinhoffel's steadfast support of our program, even in the face of major self-inflicted mistakes. We'll try to do better tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcast.